Weekdays 10 to 2. WFAN. WFAN FM. WFAN FM HD1 New York. An Odyssey sports station. Evan Roberts. Tiki Barber. It's Evan and Tiki on WFAN, The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Congratulations. It's Friday. You made it. We are a week away from spring. We're less than 2 weeks away from the baseball season. We're days away from Selection Sunday, and we are hours away from vindication for Team USA as they go on a run to the World Baseball Classic. More on that a little bit later on. We'll also find out if Craig Carton apologized to Sean Morash. We'll find out if Eric Spoelstra apologized to the NBA community. We've got a brand new edition of Are You Kidding Me? Some of the craziest opinions here at WFAN from the last week.
Oh, we had a winner this week?
We do. We got a few. We got a few options.
Nice.
And, of course, Idiots with Idioms later on in the program. So Geno Smith returned earlier this week, almost in shocking fashion. And yesterday he did his media tour. And to me, Geno said all the right things, said all the right notes. He seems humble. He seems excited. But there was one thing he said on SportsCenter that jumped out at me. Here is the question, and here is Geno's answer.
You know, not many get the chance to go back to where they started. What's a good ending for you in your return to New York with the fan base, with the organization? What's a good ending?
Well, hopefully the ending isn't coming soon. I got a lot of years to play, and I'm looking forward to, again, just getting back into the building, starting at day one, and building this thing from the ground up, brick by brick.
The first thing he said jumps out at me because what we want, and the reason I was against acquiring Geno Smith is that he's not the long-term answer. He's old. What is this leading me towards? Geno Smith, at 35 years old, he'll be 36 in the middle of October, just told all of us, I got a lot of football left in me. I plan on this being a long-term solution for the New York Jets. Now, I know that is very difficult for any of us to imagine, and I am certainly not sitting here on March 13th, Friday the 13th, and telling you that Geno Smith is the long-term answer. But like I also told you, Tiki, I like to dream. Is it possible that we get another resurrection of Geno Smith and we're not drafting a quarterback next year and he's the guy?
It's probably wishful thinking. But, Geno does it, and it's different for quarterbacks than it is for, say, a running back. But he didn't take a ton of wear and tear, didn't get sacked, 40, 50 times a year for about half a decade because he just wasn't playing. And so, is he healthy? Sure. Is he physically still fit? I would think that the athletic athletes that are playing this game can now play longer if they're healthy, and mainly just at quarterback. But so can he play till he's 40? Maybe. But is he going to be good? I don't know. But with that being said, the most important thing that he told us was that he wants to do it.
Yes.
Because think about some of these other quarterbacks, and maybe they've had different types of paths in their careers, but a lot of quarterbacks, while thinking they just want to hang on, kind of are thinking about retirement.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just kind of like, do I really want to keep doing this? I think Geno Smith, to his credit, still believes that he has a lot to prove and wants to prove it. It's not like I'm set. He's made enough money that he doesn't have to really worry about it because he's been in the league for so many years. But he wants to prove himself.
Yeah, and you hit on something that I have brought up many times in different sports with different players, and that is the mileage that's on your body.
Yeah.
So just to put in perspective, what you said about Geno Smith, who is 35 years old, and age is a number. It's just a number, but it is a number. Geno Smith has started 8 more career games than Sam Darnold. Mm-hmm. And so you can argue that the mileage on Sam Darnold is virtually the same as the mileage on Geno Smith.
Right. Now, what does that mean? Nothing really, but
I don't know. Right. I mean, he's also started fewer games than Josh Allen. And I am not comparing Geno Smith to Josh Allen. Josh is one of the best quarterbacks in the world.
Of course.
But in terms of mileage, in terms of looking at his age, is it possible that Geno Smith isn't your normal 35-year-old? I'm asking the question out of hope right now because I want, if you ask me, what do you want, Evan? What I want is for Geno Smith to write the craziest story ever written. That's what I want. Mm-hmm. I want what he said about this story not being close to being over. I want that to be true. Why wouldn't I? I want him to have a monster year. I want him to be the quarterback for the next 5 years and the Jets go out and win. I'm not telling you anything that's going to happen, but if you ask me, little Evan Roberts, what do you want? That's what I'd want. Why wouldn't I want that? And so I'm trying to figure out, based on Geno's comments, Can I at least dream it?
Yeah.
Am I allowed to?
I mean, I wouldn't dream it.
Why?
Maybe you think about it slightly before you go to bed, and you have a different dream when you actually get into REM. But I don't think that it's something that you can expect to happen. Now, we had Carl Banks on yesterday, and Carl said this in passing because he was asking you about the reception that Geno Smith is getting from Jet fans. It's almost like he was been met with pushback, just, even though he hasn't really, you haven't proven that he's going to stink again when he's here. But he said something about Chip Kelly, which is so important. And so yesterday after the show, I went back and I just wanted to look at Geno. Like, why did Geno stink last year?
Right.
You remember we played the Giants. He threw 2 interceptions against the Giants. And it's like, why was he so bad? How did he throw 17 interceptions? And when you look at him in Seattle versus what he was last year in Oakland, you could clearly see he didn't know what he was supposed to be doing. And to me, because I saw the alternate to that a couple of years before, it had to be play calling.
Right.
It had to be something that he was confused about where he was supposed to go with the football in certain situations. And so, like, almost all of interceptions were just rushed, horrible decisions. Like, you're supposed to throw it here, get it there. And those mistakes are on him, obviously, because you can't do stupid things in the middle of a game. Throw it out of bounds as opposed to throwing it in harm's way. But at the same time, I think with a Frank Reich-led offense where Frank wants to be buttoned up, he wants to have, his rules are very clear about where the ball is supposed to go. I think that Geno Smith can resurrect again back to what he was in Seattle as opposed to the crap that we saw a year ago.
And that's the thing I wonder about, because if you go back to 2022, when he led the league in completion percentage, and he threw for 4,200 yards.
Yeah, by the way, he had a high completion percentage over the last couple of years.
Yeah, even last year,
right,
which was a bad year. Now, the problem is you can't ignore the 17 interceptions.
That's exactly right.
But to your point, you also can't ignore the awful play calling and the terrible offensive line.
Right.
I mean, no doubt about it. But if you go back to 2022, when he played all 17 games, he completed nearly 70% of his passes.
Yep.
He had a wonderful year. He had 30 touchdown passes to 11 interceptions. The Seattle Seahawks had a top 10 offense. And I was looking at their offense. They had a young Kenneth Walker. Okay, we have Breece Hall.
Right.
They had 2 pretty good receivers in DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett.
Right.
We all know about Garrett Wilson.
Right.
Hopefully A.D. Mitchell develops, and they'll probably do something in the draft to address that position. If Geno Smith resurrects 2022, in which he puts up those numbers, and I don't think that's crazy. Like, when you look at the weapons he had then, and you look at the weapons he has now, and then his offensive coordinator was Shane Waldron, now his offensive coordinator is Frank Reich, and you look at the conditions the Jets are setting up, is it really crazy? Forget about the team's win total, because a lot of that has to do with the defense. Different story. If Geno Smith resurrects those numbers in 2022, in which he was a Pro Bowler, and has a year like that,
right,
what are we doing, and what are we saying a year from now?
Right.
Are we all content with the year and saying, thank you for your time, we'll see you later?
Right.
Are we keeping him? Are we saying, hey, you know what, we got something, let's run it back? Like, what are we doing? Because that's the question I have for my fellow Jet fans. Because, no, I don't believe he's going to be the quarterback for the next 5 years, but it is not crazy to think that he resurrects himself like he did in 2022. The conditions for success, believe it or not, are better here with the Jets this season than they were with the Raiders last year. So if he does that, and remember, that Seattle defense that year was 25th in the league. They won 9 games. So what if the Jets are an 8 or 9 win team? What if Geno Smith puts up numbers he himself put up 3.5 years ago? What are we doing next year? And I have to admit, I raised my hand.
You still drafted a quarterback. You still are. Because you could afford to.
But are you keeping Geno Smith? Remember, he's on a 1-year deal making nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's here for a few years.
I mean, the reality is, you have to, when you've been as bad as the Jets are, you have to layer your planning. You know what I mean? It's, here's plan A, and if plan A doesn't work, here's plan B, which is just as good.
Right.
And think about the Giants last year. Plan A, Russell Wilson's got to play, and plan, I guess C would be Jameis Winston, but plan B ultimately turned out to be, well, Jackson Dart looked pretty good in the preseason.
Right.
So your plan B was, in the Giants' case, better than the plan A, despite the losing, because you got a chance to get some hope and optimism behind a young quarterback. So I think the Jets have to they can't do it this year. There's just not, the options aren't there.
Well, they could draft a young quarterback, but that guy will probably sit. And if Geno plays the way I just described, he's going to sit all year.
Yeah, and it's interesting because if they're going to draft Ty Simpson,
let's say it's him
at 16.
Yeah.
And Geno's here, and Geno is saying all these things, and he wants to be the guy, wants to be the man, and he ends up doing that. You've now wasted your 16th pick.
No, you let him sit and learn the way Patrick Mahomes did.
Okay, but is the alternative next year better than Ty Simpson?
Where are you picking?
I mean, it doesn't matter. You have 3 first-round picks.
No, I don't.
So what you could do? You have to think of it this way.
No, you can't.
And if you're not thinking forward like that, then you're not planning correctly. Because I do think teams do this. I do think that they think about, okay, here we need this position.
Right.
Here is our option for, we'll use these years in specifically. Here is our option for 2026. Here are our options. There are multiple more of them for 2027. Mm-hmm. So if you determine that the 2027 options are better than the 2026 option, then you should plan for 2027.
Okay, but the problem with that plan is this. Yes, the Jets have 3 first-round picks next year.
Yes.
We have no idea where the Dallas pick is going to fall. They could very well be good. There is a world in which the Cowboys are picking 22nd.
But it's still yours.
I understand. Hear me out on this. There's a world where Dallas is good. There's a world where Indy is good. I hope I'm wrong.
It's still yours.
But hear me out. And there's a world where the Colts are picking 23rd.
Okay, great.
And then there's a world where the Jets under Geno Smith resurrects himself to 2022. They win 8 or 9 games, and they too are picking in the 20s. So hear me out before you kill me. If I've got 3 picks in the early 20s, am I really capable of trading up and getting the quarterback I want?
If you give all 3 of them,
I don't. Not to a team that's desperate for a quarterback.
So here's what you're discounting, Evan.
Go.
Next year, and again, we've done this multiple times already, so I'm going to do it again. Next year, the list of available quarterbacks that could be, now again, it's all going to depend on what their years look like.
Yeah.
And their 2026 college football seasons are going to look like. But Arch Manning, John Mateer, Drew Mestemaker, I told you to keep an eye on.
Yes.
Dante Moore.
I got you.
Julian Sayin. Those are just the top 5. And then there's Lenore Sellers, and there's 6. There's going to be at least 6 really good quarterbacks. Even if they have crappy years in college, you're going to say, you know what, I think he could be my future. If Arch Manning has a crappy year at Texas just because whatever, they just take a step back, are you going to say, yeah, Arch Manning, I don't believe in him? The answer is no. And I think most of these prospects that are coming out in 2027 are going to have first-round potential.
You think there's going to be like 6 first-round potential quarterbacks?
I think next year could be, if they all come out, could be an epic quarterback draft in 2027.
Well, then they're in a better position having these 3 firsts. I'm just pointing out that if these 3 firsts turn out to be mid to late first-round picks, as we saw with the Giants and trying to trade up for Drake May,
right,
just because you have the picks doesn't mean a team's going to say yes. I mean, they have the picks right now. The Vegas Raiders would never say yes. I know it's a 1-quarterback draft,
right,
but you still need a team to say yes.
Right.
Look,
I think that's because the Raiders need a quarterback.
No, but that's the same thing that could happen next year.
Yeah, but I know you said this. We did this
like
earlier in the week. There's so many teams that do need or don't need. I don't know. I have less than 5. You have like 10.
Well, because it's possible that there'll be that many. Look, what's probably going to happen versus what I want to have happen are 2 distinct things. What's probably going to happen is the Jets are going to win too many games to pick in the top 3, but not enough to be a relevant playoff team.
Right.
And I think to most of us on March 13th, that sounds like hell. That sounds like the worst case scenario known to man.
Right.
But what I want to have happen, as much as I don't think it'll happen, is not to sit here and say they're going to go 0-17 and get the number 1 pick. I don't want to think that way as a fan. What I'm hoping on March 13th is what Geno Smith said is prophetic.
Yeah.
That he's got a lot left in this tank, and his next resurrection's going to happen here, and the Jets are going to win a lot of games. They're going to hit the ball over the fence in the draft. They're going to put together a really good core, and that the quarterback answer for the next 3 to 5 years is Geno Smith. I don't believe that. I'm hoping for it.
So
I want to make that clear.
You're dreaming that.
What do we do as fans besides dream, Teak?
That's funny because you're dreaming that about a 35-year-old quarterback. We're dreaming that about a 24-year-old quarterback. Or how old is Jackson Darden?
Oh, great.
Give the New York Giants a big round of applause.
Good for you.
Oh, hell,
I'm happy.
The New York Giants.
I'm happy for you.
Right? That's I mean, like, it's the same dream for a lot of teams. I would say Seattle, but it's the wrong example because they already did it. They had a dream with Sam Darnold. We have a really good defense. We have some good pieces on offense. We want to win before we sell this team. We're going to dream on Sam Darnold. It came true.
Yeah, it came true.
I mean, so it's possible.
And like I said, Geno Smith has only started 8 more games in his career than Sam Darnold. Look, keep this in mind. This is the consistency of me. Because before free agency, what did I tell you? What did we fight about? I want a young quarterback to dream about.
Yes.
I want a young quarterback where I can convince myself maybe he's the answer. They didn't listen to me. They gave me Geno Smith. I was not for that move. I made that very clear earlier this week. But now what I am forced to do as a Jet fan is have the same dream about a 35-year-old. And that 35-year-old, luckily enough,
that's prudent.
has the same dream as me because he said, I got a lot more in the tank.
What else is he going to say, though?
That's it.
I mean, he's got to say that. He's trying to not save his career because he's had a good career. I don't want to knock him. He's been a backup for a lot of years, but he's had some couple of good seasons, made a Pro Bowl. So he's had a long career. Let's put it that way. Is it fully successful? No, because he really hasn't won anything. But I think Geno has no other choice but to say my best football's in front of me, even if we don't know if it actually is or not.
Evan just overreacting to his stock answer here. That's exactly right, Tiki. Evan, look, you want to dream about Geno Smith? How about you wait a month and a half? Because I know you, and I know us, and I know the conversation we're likely to have in a month and a half is not, hey, can I dream about Geno Smith? It's going to be, hey, guys, long-term prediction. What week is the guy we just drafted at 16 or 33 starting over Geno Smith?
Yeah.
Again, that is the most likely dream.
We'll know a lot more about what the dream should be for the Jets.
As I have said numerous times over the course of the first 16 minutes of the show, I know the likeliest outcome.
That's what's happening.
It's that.
Yeah.
I still dream. And I'll throw this at you because I brought up Sam Darnold. How old was Rich Gannon when he got to Oakland?
Oh, jeez.
It's true. Rich Gannon was a 34-year-old who at that point had started a few less games than Geno Smith in his career and had not accomplished nearly as much.
Think about how old that felt then.
It was crazy.
And think about he just came up with the biggest anomaly situation. That's what he wants to dream about.
But that's
I mean, not really, because it was this good situation. You had a good coach, John Gruden, obviously,
right,
and you had good talent on that team, and it was a perfect storm.
No, I understand.
I get it, but that doesn't happen. You know what I mean?
I agree with you.
Do you guys understand? I think you're very confused, especially Sean. Do you understand what a dream is?
I understand. But it's just sad to hear you dream.
Of course it's sad. You think I want to be dreaming about Geno freaking Smith?
The Jets are a sewer.
But this is the situation we're in. And as a fan, you should know better than anybody.
I know.
You dream like me.
No doubt, which is why I'm hearing you, and I don't have to have this dream, and I realize how pathetic I've sounded in the past. I'm reaching out to you with a hand of help here, Evan. I think it's great that Geno Smith said that. Geno Smith shouldn't apologize. Geno Smith should want to finish his story here, all of that. We know that he has his limitations, and we know the next quarterback that's going to start multiple years for the Jets is not currently on this roster.
If Geno Smith matches his success of 2022, what are we talking about in January?
Do you realize that Geno's success of 2022 is the same amount of time as last year's Russell Wilson to his 21-6 touchdown interception ratio with Seattle? That's the same amount of years that have passed.
Can you just answer my question? If Geno Smith matches his success of 2022, where he throws 30 touchdown passes, 11 interceptions, the Seahawks have the 8th best offense in the NFL. If that happens for the New York Jets, which I don't think is as miraculous as the rest of the dream. But if that happens, what are we saying in January? I genuinely don't know. I'm asking you.
All right, yeah, and if I walk out of work and Mila Kunis rubs a chest in my face, I'm getting divorced. Like, what if, Evan?
Dude, one scenario is a lot more realistic than the other.
Yeah, the one of me walking outside.
Jet fans, should we believe? I mean, should we give it at least a little bit of credence that Geno Smith can be the answer for multiple years? And think about it this way. Not only is it the best case scenario because we don't have to worry about the quarterback spot, they could use their 3 picks next year on things other than quarterback.
Right.
We'll get to your calls coming up, 888-808-1019, the toll-free number. It's a very busy Friday. There's a myriad of things to get to. I mentioned, Are You Kidding Me? The segment where we analyze some of the dumbass opinions at WFAN. It returns later this hour. Plus, did Craig Carton apologize to Sean Morash for being wrong about Wink Martindale, or did he call Wink Martindale a liar? We'll get the answer to it all coming up, plus a lot of football stuff that features Kyler Murray to Minnesota and how that could also impact the Jets. 888-808-1019. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at your Town Fair Tire, you always get the lowest price on name brand tires. From Connecticut to Maine, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
If you're looking to level up your wardrobe, check out Collars & Co. You might have seen them on Shark Tank. where they landed a deal with Mark Cuban. They're the team behind the dress collar polo that sold over 1 million shirts. And now they've launched the Maverick Performance Blazer. And this thing is legit, sharp, lightweight, and completely wrinkle-resistant, making it perfect for travel. Just pack it up and it comes out looking fresh. Plus, get smart features like security zip pockets, a sunglasses loop, and an optional pocket square. So hit up collarsandco.com. Use code TIKI for 20% off. That's at collarsandco.com.
This Rutgers Report is brought to you by RWJ Barnabas Health, the official healthcare provider of Rutgers Athletics. Let's be healthy together. End of the road for the men's basketball team last night in Chicago as the Scarlet Knights bowed out of the Big Ten tournament with a 72-59 third-round loss to UCLA. Head coach Steve Pikiell's team wrapping up the season 14-19 overall.
I'm proud of our guys. It hasn't been an easy season, and the last month they've really come together, and I'm going to really miss this group. And E's been spectacular for us down the stretch here. When the going got tough, he got better and helped us, and I'm going to miss him.
Referencing senior center Emmanuel Aboli, Pikiell's program still hunting a return trip to the NCAA tournament. Meantime, Rutgers baseball off to a 9-7 start in the early going, and they'll play their Big Ten opener this afternoon at home against Michigan State. It's a 4 p.m. first pitch as part of a 3-game weekend series with the Spartans in Piscataway. That's this week's Rutgers Report, brought to you by RWJ Barnabas Health, the official healthcare provider of Rutgers Athletics. I'm Chris Lopresti.
It's March savings time at Nielsen Dodge. It's also tax return time, and we have a great money-saving idea. Show us what your tax return is, and we'll double it up to $1,500.
You can count on 0 down payment, super low lease payments, 0% financing is available.
Lease a new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee Altitude X 4x4, just $198 a month.
Match your tax return up to $1,500 on any new Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, or Ram.
Hundreds of vehicles in stock with big savings off MSRP. And of course, we always give you the credit help you need.
Find out what your tax return is before April 15th, and we'll double it up to $1,500. Max your tax only at Nielsen Dodge for a limited time.
On Route 10 in East Hanover, or shop online at nielsendodge.com.
Declaration of Deal sales event.
With approval, term 27 months, due at sign $51.98, add tax tag $498 and DMV fees. For tax refund info, see dealer for details.
At NYU Langone Health, we know there really is no place like home. That's why we get our surgery patients home faster and have fewer readmissions than any other health system. That means once you're home, you won't need to go back for the same procedure. Instead, you can get back to the things you love. And the next time you need something else, we're here. Better health starts with a better health system. Learn more at nyulangonehealth.org.
Love college basketball? Then it's time to gear up for another electric March with BetMGM. From opening tip to buzzer beaters, this is where the action lives. Dive into every matchup with competitive odds, seamless gameplay, and the power to bet your way all season long. Whether you're backing your alma mater, riding the rankings, or chasing underdog stories, BetMGM puts you right in the heart of the game. Every possession matters, every rivalry hits harder, and every ticket feels bigger when you're playing with the sportsbook that makes March legendary. So get off the bench, join the huddle, and head for the net with BetMGM all season long. Problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements.
I'm a 100% kind of guy, so I got Verizon Fios. It's 100% fiber internet because I do everything at 100%.
What game should we watch?
100% of them.
She hits a
penalty kick
out of the park
from way downtown for a
beautiful shot onto the green.
You either have 100% fiber internet or you don't. Get Verizon Fios. It's super fast and reliable with ultra low lag. It's 100% or nothing. Call 1-833-VERIZON to switch today.
Go Teams!
Yo, Harvey, Zoe, group selfie.
Ooh, nice new iPhone 17, Drewski.
Let's do a triangle formation. I'm in front.
With a center stage front camera, everyone fits in the shot.
He got it at T-Mobile.
But switching takes forever.
Not anymore. Now you can switch to T-Mobile in just 15 minutes.
Focus, people. Nail your pose.
And you get a new iPhone 17 on them.
No way.
Yes way.
No way.
Yes way, guys. Switch to T-Mobile and get iPhone 17 on us. And right now, we'll pay off your old phone up to $800.
I'm grabbing my phone and switching to T-Mobile right now.
Get back, Harvey. We're taking a let's go again, y'all.
With 24 monthly bill credits, finance agreement, 256 gigabytes, $830, eligible trade-in, example iPhone 13, and new qualifying line, $60 plus per month plan with autopay plus taxes and fees. For well-qualified customers, plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. $800 via virtual prepaid card. Card typically takes 15 days after rebate submission, no cash access, and card expires in 6 months. Check out in 15 minutes per line. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Hi, I'm John Gallucci Jr., CEO and president of JAG Physical Therapy. If you've been to a local 5K, a high school football game, or community health fair, chances are you've seen our JAG Physical Therapy team cheering for you, volunteering with you, and helping people stay active and healthy. Because at JAG, we don't just work in your neighborhood, we're a part of it. We live here, we coach here, we care for families just like yours, helping everyone from weekend warriors to grandparents get back to feeling their best. Our therapists take the time to know you, not just your injury, so your recovery fits your goals, your schedule, and your life. So if pain or injury is holding you back, stop by your local JAG Physical Therapy. Let's get you moving again and work together for all of your common goals. Find your nearest JAG Physical Therapy at jagpt.com. That's JAGPT.com. And get back to life you love.
With Aetna, I always get a quick answer, and I don't have to search on the internet. They go above and beyond to help me with whatever I need.
Those words from a real Aetna Medicare Advantage member speak to why U.S. News & World Report named us a Best Medicare Advantage company. Because we show up on calls with members and doctor's offices when requested. We show up with access to convenient care options. We show up for you. Because that's how healthier happens together. Member feedback has been edited for length and clarity.
Looking for the lowest price on name brand tires? Get to Town Fair Tire and get the guaranteed lowest price on any name brand tire. Nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire. All new Dunkin' Zero, only 20 calories. Zero sugar, the all new revitalizing energy drink made with B vitamins, so you can actually feel good about it. Struggling to make it through the afternoon, wishing every meeting was an email? Sounds like it's time for Dunkin' Zero. It's the perfect pick-me-up without the spiral, and it comes in 6 delicious flavors like Suncest and Glamberry. Dunkin' Zero, only at Dunkin'. Dunkin' Zero drinks contain caffeine from caffeine and guarana. Beverages are fruit-flavored, contain 0% fruit juice. Participation may vary, limited time offer.
Hey, did you know Verizon Home Internet covers more homes with faster speeds across the country than any other provider? Now you can get award-winning Fios Internet for just $20 a month for 3 years. Switch today and enjoy savings you can count on. Verizon Home Internet consists of Fios and 5G Home. Availability varies. Comparison based on FCC BDS data of home internet providers with download speeds over 50 megabytes per second, June 2025. Limited time offer for eligible new customers. Fios $20 per month plan with auto pay, mobile phone plan, mobile plus home, and bonus discount. Enrollment required. 3-year price guarantee applies only to the then current base monthly rate for Fios. Additional terms may apply.
Take the guesswork out of cooking, folks. The Chef IQ senses a must-have wireless cooking thermometer that eliminates under or over cooking chicken, fish, or steak. Order the newly released 3rd-generation Chef IQ Sense at chefiq.com. That's chefiq.com.
Your official home to talk New York sports is WFAN. Call us anytime at 888-808-1019. The Fan, 1019 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
A lot to cover today. We'll get to your calls in just a minute, 888-808-1019. But let's take care of some family business, because I know the world is waiting to know what happened. Yesterday, Wink Martindale did an interview with Pat Leonard and made pretty clear that there were higher-ups that led to him not getting the defensive coordinator job. Mm-hmm. Here's a quick clip of that, if you missed it. Wink Martindale.
It was, just to be honest with you, I think it was one of those decisions that was out of his hands. And
We'll just leave it at that.
A decision that was out of his hands, which to me backed up Sean's report that Woody Johnson got involved and put the ixnay on Wink Martindale becoming the defensive coordinator, basically telling Aaron Glenn, you make a ton of money. Why don't you run the defense? Hence, Aaron Glenn says, I have a superpower. So the question for our friend in the afternoon, Craig, was, does he apologize to Sean or does he call Wink Martindale a liar? Because those are the two options. Yeah. So before we play his response, any prediction to make, Tiki?
I think he probably called Wink a liar.
Is that what you think?
Yeah.
You don't think he apologized to Sean? Nope. Sean, do you think Craig apologized to you or called Wink a liar?
I'm going to say it's going to take a lot for Craig to ever apologize to me, so no, he's going to call Wink a liar.
Ladies and gentlemen, Craig Carton.
I think he didn't say, I know.
Correct.
He didn't say, I can put my hand on a Bible.
Correct.
He said, I think the decision might have been out of his hands.
Yep.
And I'll leave it at that. And you want me to apologize?
I believe he did, yeah.
For Wink Martindale saying, I think it might have been out of his hands. He didn't say it was out of his hands. He didn't say, boy, I'm really frustrated. I thought I was getting the job. And then Woody Johnson came along and told Aaron Glenn he can't hire me. He said, I think it might have been out of his hands. I'll leave it at that. And at no point does Evan Roberts or anybody else think that just might be a jilted guy who feels like, man, that's a job I wanted, and Aaron Glenn decided not to give it to me. And the other coaches that Aaron Glenn wanted to replace, Woody Johnson said, blank check, no problem. Replace whoever you want, I'll write the check. But when it came to Wink Martindale, he decided to put his foot down, I think, and not let me get the job? No disrespect, but get the hell out of here.
Well, a couple of things. There's a big difference, and Craig should know this, between the defensive coordinator's job for a guy who was a defensive coordinator before becoming a head coach and the 8 other jobs that were vacated.
Right.
So,
nor was there a blank check for those guys.
Of course there wasn't. So either Craig knows that but really wants to prove himself right, or he's an idiot. I'm not sure which one. I think I know which one.
Right.
So
he just wants to be right.
He just wants to be right. So he did not offer Sean an apology. In fact,
I'm sorry, Sean, for you.
You're doing
no need. That was just good enough for me to know that Craig knows I'm right.
You think that answer tells you he knows you're right?
100%.
Right. Do you know that he also requested an apology from one of us?
Did he?
Take a listen.
You owe me an apology, Evan Roberts.
Why would I owe you an apology? But you know what? I want to be fair. Because we're biased. Mm-hmm. I mean, we work with Sean.
Right.
You work with Sean.
We know where Craig got his information.
Yeah, from the Jets.
Exactly. I called them. They said no.
This is what they told me.
But Get the company line for us, please.
But I want to be fair. And so I decided, let's go to somebody with an independent opinion to break the tie.
Okay.
In fact, I'm so confident we're right. Why don't we go to somebody who has more ties to Craig Carton than any of us? Why don't we go to somebody that was probably his preferred choice to do afternoons with him over me years ago? Why don't we go to Willie Colon?
Willie.
So, Willie, what say you?
I think Woody was like, hey, man, I'm paying you a lot of money. You're supposed to be this defensive guru, run the defense, control the defense, and oh, by the way, we also need you to run the whole operation.
So you're on Team Morash, then? Is that what you're saying?
This is what the Jets have done. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's where we're at.
So without saying he's on our team,
yes,
Willie Colon agrees with you, Sean. It's not me. I know it's not about me. I'm defending you. It is Team Morash. Willie Colon has sided with you.
Thank you, Willie. We'll call that a cologne cleanse.
You just ruined it. You ruined everything. Let's get to your calls. 888-808-1019, the number. Brian is in the great state of New Jersey. What's up, Brian?
Hey, guys.
What's up, man?
Long-time Jets fan here.
Sorry.
I go back to Super Bowl III.
My apologies.
You there?
Yeah. I was wishing you my condolences for suffering with this freaking franchise for as long as you have. Thank you for your service.
Hey, I bleed jet green. Name is still my hero.
Amen.
But, so I've been dreaming for a long time. So go back to your point earlier. I'm going to take it a step further. Let's say Geno Smith has the best season of his career this year. I still don't think it changes our long-term game plan. The quarterback of the future for the Jets does not exist today on the team, nor in the NFL. So, my hope as a Jet fan, Geno Smith gives me 2 solid years of quarterback play. In 27, we go get our quarterback of the future. Kid, you hold the clipboard for a year. Watch Geno Smith in year 2. See how it's done. And year 3, kid, you own the team. So my long-term strategy doesn't change regardless of, Geno Smith having a really good season.
But you know what? But you know what complicates
Go ahead.
that, Brian, in fairness? So let's say, because I don't think it's crazy, and maybe this is where I will be naive, I don't think it's crazy for Geno Smith to have a really good season. I mean, he's not that far removed from being a pretty solid quarterback. Go back to 2024. He was the quarterback of a 10-win team. Like, he completed 71% of his passes.
Yeah, and that was with a rookie head coach.
Right. Good point. So I don't think Geno Smith having a really good year is that crazy. But the problem with Brian's idea is he going to free agency next year. And so what happens when a quarterback has a good year? You got to pay him.
He wants to get paid, and then he also is going to know that you're drafting a quarterback.
Right.
And so it's different than the Aaron Rodgers situation, because Aaron Rodgers was coming off an MVP. I don't think, and he'd been there forever. I don't think that Geno Smith is winning an MVP and looking at the Jets as his forever home. I think he knows what this is all about. It is what it is. It's a short launching pad for him to maybe go someplace. The Jets are eventually going to draft a quarterback.
Right.
They have to.
That's what we think.
That's exactly what we think. But but they have to at some point.
I know, but Tiki, I know.
You can't just keep kicking it down the line.
And I am not supporting this because, of course, we all want that future. We want what you think you have.
But I think next year presents the prime opportunity, even if you don't necessarily need it because of Geno's success, assuming he has success.
Right.
But because how many times are you going to have 3 first-round picks?
No, it's a rarity.
It's very rare.
Even to your point, if all 3 of them are in the 20s, this is a deep enough draft where presumably it's a deep enough draft. That's the thing. That's why I have a tough time getting behind all this, because it's presumably.
Right. The hard thing is if you have a bunch of Drew Allar situations.
Yes.
Where he gets hurt and you're like, okay, I guess we got to draft him because he was good. He projects to be something, but we didn't see it.
You know what's complicated? So I know Sean's going to do this. Tommy used to do this with me. They're going to lecture me that you're better off losing, right? That's going to be a discussion point.
I don't think that's the case.
No, I agree with you, and I want my team to win, but I'm going to get that at some point. And luckily, what I have this year is something unique and special that's going to save me from that. I have the ability to just sit there and root against the Colts. I have the ability to say, you know what?
Yeah, right.
I can eat my cake and have it too. I can win. I can have fun.
It's the other way around.
Damn it.
Have my cake and eat it.
I can have my cake and eat it too. I can watch my team win games. In your opinion, screw me out of a good pick. But what if the Colts are just horrendous? I could also simultaneously sit there and get my top pick.
You do this often, Evan. You think you know what I'm thinking about something, and you're dead wrong. You're putting words in my mouth. You're not going to be in a position to root for Lou. I'm a fat moron. Because you're going to have your future quarterback at pick 16 or 33, and I maintain that.
So Ty Simpson?
Or insert whoever here.
Right.
The Jets, I'm going to keep driving this into your head, are taking a quarterback. They are taking a quarterback, and you are going to flip on Geno Smith in a month and a half and go, I want to see this guy.
Well, if he's bad, I will. I mean, of course. I'm suggesting, what if he's good?
It's got to be Ty Simpson.
I ultimately think they're taking Ty Simpson. I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah. Let's go to Ray in Babylon. Hey, Ray.
Tiki, I don't want to put you on the spot, but I don't know if this has been asked of you.
Yeah.
Has anybody ever asked you to grade Coughlin as a coach? And here's why. There was a 60 Minutes piece a million years ago where there was a lineman from the Jaguars who had either a knee injury or like an exposed wound injury on his leg.
Oh, right. It was the MRSA thing. Right. I remember that.
Yeah. And Coughlin's like, I don't care. We have to win. Coughlin seemed to have this tunnel vision, situational awareness that I must win.
Yes.
Forget the means. The ends is I got to win.
Yes.
Now.
But by the
again,
way,
I don't want to.
By the way, Ray, that's what players actually want. They want a coach like that. But keep going.
That goes to my question. Going back a couple of weeks ago when the players graded, Glenn an A for a coach.
Yeah.
I took that as A meaning,
yeah, player friendly.
Look at him next time.
Right, player friendly. Yeah.
You know, Gibson was the sacrificial lamb. We took care of it for the whole year.
Right.
Hey, you know what? We're going to give this guy an A. And, you know, Tiki, if you don't want to answer, I really don't want to put you on the spot.
No,
but
go ahead.
I think, how would you grade Coughlin?
It's easy. He's easily an A. After year one, we all would have said D. But I think the challenge with leadership, this is coaching, this is anything. The challenge with leadership is that when the new leader comes in, it's necessarily going to be different because Tom Coughlin is not Jim Fossil, right? Aaron Glenn is not Robert Saleh.
Right.
It's John Harbaugh is not Brian Daboll. So it's going to be different. And it's up to you as a leader to get straightforward about how different it's going to be.
Yeah.
And not sugarcoat it, not try to, ease you into it, but just this is how it's going to be. And early on, you hated it. But the very next year, when we won 10 games and we were in the playoffs, it's like, all right, I get it. I understand this.
Yeah.
I 100% get what he was getting at. And, by the way, we all got better along the way.
Right.
So individually, we got better. And as a team, we got better. So you have to give him an A, despite the fact that in year one, he probably would have gotten a D.
Gotcha. Well, Aaron Glenn did get an A in that grade system, but we need context. Context matters.
Right.
There are 32 coaches in the National Football League. How many of the 32 coaches got either an A-, an A, or an A+? Would you want to guess?
Half of them.
Half of them. All right. Sean Morash, you think half of the league was graded an A- or above from their players?
No, I think 5.
You think 5? Of the 32 teams, 20 of them
I was way off.
got A- and over.
Yeah.
So Tiki was closer to being right, but he wasn't right because he said half, which is 16. The answer was 20. So context matters. These players, for whatever reason, it's their decision, decided to, just be very nice.
Well, that context matters because it tells you that obviously you're going to say, we love you, coach.
Right.
When you're saying something that ultimately is going to go public, you're going to say, oh, we love you, coach.
Yeah.
You're going to pick on the other stuff. You're going to pick on the inanimate stuff.
Right. You're not going to blame the coaches. Now, in
you're
fairness,
pick on the field.
How many Fs were given to a head coach in this little report card? You want to guess? How many Fs?
2.
0.
Huh?
How many?
My point.
How many Ds
0
were given to head coaches?
0.
So there were a few Cs. How many Cs were given to head coaches?
3.
4. 4 head coaches got Cs. Everyone else got a B or higher.
And there were a lot of crappy teams last
year. And I know you're curious.
Right.
Who of the 4 coaches got the 4 lowest grades? I would tell you that 3 of the 4 are no longer employed.
Titans.
The Tennessee Titans head coach, Brian Callahan, and I guess his fill-in as well, actually got a B-. So you're incorrect.
Wow. Dave's.
Brian Daboll / Mike Kafka got the second to lowest grade with a C.
Yep.
Can you name the other 3? How about the one that's still active? That one's going to surprise you, I think. The other 3 are like fired coaches. I'll just tell you, Pete Carroll got a C+, he's gone. And Kevin Stefanski actually got the lowest grade of them all. He got a C-. There's one active coach that got a C+. And we think he's a good coach.
Sean Payton.
Sean Payton, no, come on. That would be brutal. That would be brutal.
Well, you said it's a big surprise.
No, you're right. I mean, from that standpoint, it would be a big surprise. The answer?
Who?
Harbaugh.
Get out.
Sorry, guys.
Wow.
Oh, no, I'm kidding. Jim Harbaugh. I got you. Thank you.
Jim Harbaugh got a C?
Yeah, John didn't do that well either. He got a B, which for this standard is very low, considering everyone else seemed to be getting great grades.
I wonder how many of those grades are honest, though, like the A's and the B's.
Bro, they're not. It's obvious. That's the point of this exercise. This is BS.
Right.
The players, for whatever reason, were giving very nice grades to everybody.
But I can see Jim, because I bet some of those guys who just look at him as weird.
Yeah.
It's not about him being a bad coach. I'm serious. They just look at him as weird.
Right.
And that doesn't mean anything about him as a coach, because I think he's a great coach.
Right.
In fact, when I had the sit downs with him when I was doing games, I always used to tell like, you are the most interesting person out in football that I've ever talked to.
Yeah.
And so I think he's just odd. And some of these guys aren't used to odd.
Yeah, it's weird though, because not just him being weird.
Yeah.
we would all love him as our head coach. Not you guys, because you guys are set with John, but as a Jet fan, we'd be like, Jim Harbaugh. There were 2 coaches that got A+.
I don't know if he was in this market doing interviews every week that you would say that.
As long as he's winning. That's the key.
Of course. But you would be like, what the hell is he talking about?
Oh, there'd be a lot of what the hells, but like always.
He didn't say anything.
It comes down to success. If there was success, then we'd be into it.
And by the way, that follows him everywhere.
No doubt. There were 2 head coaches that got A+. Can you name those guys?
Mike McDonald and Mike Vrabel.
You're wrong about both, but good try.
Super Bowl coaches.
No, I get the parallel.
Sean McVay.
Sean McVay got an A+, nailed it, and one other. And his team sucked this season. Did not make the playoffs.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, Andy Reid.
It is not Andy Reid. Isn't that crazy? Andy Reid got an A, which is pretty good, but not an A+. A, but not an A+. Vrabel, too. A, but not an A+. Mike McDonald, same thing. A, but not an A+.
His team sucked this year?
His team sucked this year. They didn't make the playoffs. They were bad. They have a top pick.
They have a top pick.
They've got a top 10 pick.
I'm going to say Todd Bowles?
Todd Bowles, great guess. Not Todd Bowles.
I have no idea.
It just dawned on me, I don't know who the hell's picking in the top 4.
The answer is Dan Quinn of the Washington Commanders.
Oh, Dan Quinn.
How about that? So this exercise just proves to you that Aaron Glenn's A is completely fugazi.
You know why Dan Quinn gets that? Because he has this professional improvement thing that he does inside the organization. So every guy feels like their issue is attended to. Like, what do you want to improve on today? All right, that's what you want to improve on. We're going to make a plan. This is every player, every coach, probably everybody in that organization. We're going to make a plan so that you can improve on that. So it's like he cares about you. You think not you think. He presents that he cares about you, and I think he actually does.
And it works because he got an A+. Right. Let's go to Scott in East Brunswick. What's up, Scott? Hello, Scott. Scotty going once. Scotty going twice. By the way, I was stunned by something that happened yesterday. Kyler Murray signed with Minnesota, and I wasn't stunned by that because we had said for a while that if the Vikings want Kyler Murray, that was always the question. Of course he would go there because that's the best position for a quarterback to have success. They're a good team. They've got Justin Jefferson. They've got a hell of a head coach. So Kyler Murray going to the Vikings when that news broke yesterday was not surprising. What I had no idea about, and maybe you did, was Kyler Murray revealing his fandom for the Minnesota Vikings. Did you know that?
I didn't. Where did that come from?
I don't. Well,
he's from Texas.
He's from Texas.
He went to Oklahoma.
He's like Giannotti.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's not from Minnesota.
At Texas Tech, right? Started at Texas Tech, then went to Oklahoma. And where does that come from?
I'm going to guess there's a lot of kids his age that loved Randy Moss.
You're going to go with Randy Moss. Well, ladies and gentlemen.
I bet it was more Dante Culpepper.
Dante Culpepper. Okay. All right. You want to hear from Kyler Murray?
Yeah.
Because this was very surprising to me. And look, when you sign with a new team, you always want to kiss their ass.
Yeah.
You know, Geno Smith did that perfectly for us. But rarely do you go down the rabbit hole of, hey, I'm a fan of that team. Because usually we know about it. We know about what Garrett Cole did. He comes with the sign. Like, hey, I was a Yankee fan forever. But Kyler Murray revealed, and tell me in this clip if you believe him. If this is BS, like, hey, I'm just telling you I'm a Viking fan. Or if you buy Kyler was a Viking fan. Take a listen.
Ever since I started playing tackle football, I was 7 years old. Genuine fandom. Ran deep, Vikings gear through and through. A lot of purple in my household. I don't want to bring it up right now, but maybe later, another day. It was a moment. I'll bring it up anyways. Whatever. I cried real tears whenever Brett threw that interception. I cried real tears that day.
Wow. He brings up the Favre pick in the body bag game. Whatever they call that. The Bounty Gate.
Bounty Gate.
He brings up Bounty Gate. At first says, I don't want to bring it up. That's when I knew he was a real fan. Yeah. The whole I'm not going to bring this up. Screw it. I'm just going to bring it up. And he brings up.
What year was that?
That was after the 2009 season. So January of 2010. So you're talking 16 years ago.
Wow.
So he would have been
that makes me old.
Makes me old too. Yeah. So he would have been 10, 11 years old.
Yeah.
And he brings up Randy Moss.
No, he didn't say Randy Moss.
He said Randy.
Play it again. He did not say Randy.
No,
you'll see.
Ever since I started playing tackle football, I was 7 years old. Yeah. I was 7 years old. Genuine fandom. Ran deep, Vikings gear.
Ran deep.
A lot of.
I knew ran deep, Vikings gear doesn't even make sense. Randy Vikings gear.
No, ran deep. His fandom ran deep.
Exactly.
He had Vikings gear.
Thank you.
Nice try, though.
I don't believe
Nice
you.
try.
I don't believe you.
What do you mean you don't believe me? You just heard the clip.
I heard it. I'm hearing Randy.
Deep.
Who says ran deep? That doesn't even make sense.
Ran deep is a real term.
Yes.
Ran deep Vikings gear with no
Have
pause?
you never been to the South?
Randy Vikings gear. You had the Randy Moss.
But Sean, what you also don't understand is, how old is Kyler Murray exactly? Can you pull up his exact age?
28.
He's 28 years old, so that means he was born in 1998. Is my math is correct?
Yeah, so his first jersey was by Randy Moss.
Hold on, take a deep breath. So
He was born in August 7th of 1997.
Okay, 1997.
He'll be 29 in August.
Okay.
So he's an old 28.
Randy Moss, besides his abbreviated return at the end of his career where he barely played, his last game as a Viking was in 2004.
Yeah, he was
so
7.
he would have been 7.
That's impressive.
He's not a Randy Moss guy. He's a Brett Favre. What is that game called again?
Bounty Gate.
It is like a thing in my head. It's a Bounty Gate era Viking fan. He's a Brett Favre era Viking fan.
What's the Bounty Gate?
Bounty Gate was the Saints game. It was the NFC Championship game.
When they had the bounty on Brett Favre and, all the Vikings.
That's how you remember that game?
That's
it's
how I
called the
remember
Bounty Gate game.
That's how I remember that game. 1,000%.
I don't recall it like that.
How do you recall it?
Just that he threw an interception on the last play of the game, just like he did in Green Bay.
Well, remember, the Bounty Gate stuff, though, came out after the game. So it's looked back on that.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah, but when you were watching the game, and this is one of those games I have to admit, I watched very sparingly because if you recall, a few hours earlier, the Jets lost to the Colts in the AFC Championship game, and I was in Indianapolis.
Oh, man.
So I went back to the hotel. I was basically in tears. I was like Kyler Murray. I was in tears, except I was a grown damn man. And I had the game on, but my attention was not the way it should be. Like, it was just, I had lost focus because I was so upset about the Jet stuff. But what I do remember about that game is that Brett Favre got his ass kicked. That the Saints were vicious in that game. Now, we didn't know it had anything to do with bounties, but I certainly think, like, your takeaway from that game was Brett Favre got his ass kicked. Right. And yes, he threw a big interception, which he was known to do throughout his overrated NFL career. Hall of Famer, but overrated.
Yeah, he led the league in history in interceptions.
That's right. So Kyler Murray was a fan and an impressionable fan during that era of Minnesota Vikings football. And I got to tell you, I'm not a Viking fan. I wonder if Giannotti will think this way when he returns on Monday. That adds something to me. That my quarterback comes in and he's like, and I believe him. That clip makes me believe he's a real Viking fan.
Yeah, it does.
I like that.
But I also want to know how. Were you watching it at some point and then you just happened to like Brett Favre?
I think it's as simple as how old is he? 1997. This is 2009. So he's 12 years old.
Yeah.
Okay. When you're between the ages of 7 and 12.
Yeah, but you're in Allen, Texas, dude.
So what does that mean?
We see it all the time in New York.
The Cowboys?
Yeah. What did the Cowboys do? They suck. They haven't been to a championship game since the Clinton administration. Like, let's stop acting like you had to be a Cowboy fan. And Sean's right. Think about our area. So many Cowboy fans, so many Chief fans, so many Steeler fans.
It's a weird thing. I've learned to give up on that fight. It doesn't matter where you're from. There's NFL fans of all these teams everywhere. It doesn't make sense.
I guess I could see that. But, yeah, I'm trying to think what the
He might have
Cowboys,
loved
what the
purple.
Cowboys like in 2006 and 7. Because that's when he was
they were just
9 and 10.
Well, 2007, they were really good. Remember, the Giants beat them at Romo. They were supposed to go to the Super Bowl.
Right. Maybe he just didn't love Romo.
Well, where in Texas is he from? Is that even close to Dallas?
Allen, Texas.
Yeah, that may be like 800 miles away. Texas is a big state. I'm not sure if you're aware.
Of course it is.
No, that's what I'm saying. But anyhow, good for the Minnesota Viking fans getting Kyler Murray. We'll get back to your calls coming up, 888-808-1019. Tonight, Team USA tries to advance in the World Baseball Classic. I did a little experiment that you guys will hopefully enjoy. I went back into the archives of WFAN to see how did this station react when the WBC won, or the USA won, its only WBC title.
Yeah.
We'll let you take a listen to the audio coming up. 888-808-1019. If you've been thinking about replacing those old chilly windows and doors, now's the time. Windorama's kicking off their window warm-up sale, and you can save up to 40% on your installation project when you purchase and install through Windorama. 40% off, big savings, great products and brands, and expert installation. Hard to beat that. Keep the warm air in, the cold air out, and upgrade your home the right way. Visit Windorama.com or stop by one of their showrooms today. Windorama, your window and door specialist since 19.
delivery.
And this Fan Focus is sponsored by Chef IQ, precision cooking, effortless results, chefiq.com. The Nets lost to the Hawks 108-97 as the tank continues in Brooklyn. The Rangers beat the Jets 6-3. Alexei Lafreniere, 10 points in 5 games, scored his 19th goal of the season last night. The Devils lost 5-4 to the Flames in overtime. And, of course, St. John's took care of Providence to advance to this evening's Big East semifinal.
DQ presents The Spicy Menu. For a limited time, try the new Flamethrower Chicken Strip Basket for $6.99 with spicy, bold strips that heat you up. Served with a side of famous DQ soft serve as a dip to cool you down. That's right, dip those spicy chicken strips right into soft serve, plus fries and toast, all for just $6.99. And add a new pineapple lemonade sparkler or cooler made with tahini. It's the limited time only Spicy Menu. Get it delivered in the DQ app. Happy, tastes good. Participation may vary.
Ah, the most beautiful time of year is upon us. Tax season. And Tax Slayer is here to help you file. We guarantee 100% accuracy and your maximum refund. Those are some good numbers. And you can trust me, because I'm a talking calculator. Did I mention Tax Slayer even has support from real US-based humans if you have any questions along the way? Beat the rush and start for free today. Tax Slayer. File fearlessly.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
The Minnesota Vikings will be a playoff team this year with Kyler Murray as their quarterback. Remember, the Vikings went 9-8 last year with J.J. McCarthy, Max Brosmer, and Carson Wentz at quarterback. Now you add Kyler Murray to the mix, and Kyler might not be a top 10 quarterback. I do believe he's a top 20 quarterback, and you put him with that roster, with this coaching staff, the Vikings will go to the playoffs this year. I'm Nick Costos.
Helping your inner circle prepare for emergencies can start in many ways. Put together an emergency kit with Wipe Wall. Create a family communication plan with your tita. Remind Bai to keep a backup battery charged. It all starts with a simple step, telling those you care about to be ready for the worst. So start a conversation and plan for emergencies together. Get more tips at ready.gov/start. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/protect. That's ethos.com/protect. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Operating engineers Local 825 are the men and women who make our region move. So whether it's roads, bridges, or our favorite team stadium, they build and maintain the critical transportation, water, and energy infrastructure we rely on. That's why their advocacy organization, ELEC, the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative, fights for those priorities every day. That's ELEC, representing the signatory contractors and the hardworking men and women who build both New York and New Jersey.
The largest saltwater fishing expo on the East Coast returns, happening this weekend only at the New Jersey Convention Center in Edison. More tackle, more gear, more retailers and manufacturers, all under one roof. Save on light to big game tackle, inshore and offshore gear, fishing boats, electronics. Book your next fishing trip or charter. Learn the latest and greatest techniques from fishing pros Alberto Nee, Jim Frieda, Rob English, Shell E. Karras, and more. The biggest and best is getting even bigger this Friday through Sunday at the New Jersey Convention Center. Tickets at saltwater.sportshows.com.
It's tournament time. And this March, Fanatic Sportsbook has 10 times the rewards. Starting round 1, we're giving you 10 profit boosts every single tournament game day. That means first round, second round, round of 16, all the way down to the last 4 in the national championship. 10 chances every game day to level up your winnings. But that's not all. You'll earn up to 10% fan cash back on all your bets, which you can use on anything at Fanatics. We're talking team gear, tickets, collectibles, and a whole lot more. Plus, if you're new to Fanatic Sportsbook, you can get $200 instantly in fan cash when you bet $5. It's time to shoot your shot. The tournament hits different at Fanatic Sportsbook. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Offer not available in all states. Terms apply. See Fanatic Sportsbook app.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-4094. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-4094. That's 800-575-4094. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Okay, class, let's begin.
Psst, love your boots. I just sold a pair like that on eBay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it took like 2 seconds to list and they sold almost immediately. I've been selling everything lately. Some chunky boots, a faux fur coat I never wore, and a vintage chair that was more of an expensive clothing rack.
You know, I actually bought these on eBay. Wait, are you Kitty Sell Stuff from Brooklyn?
Okay, quiet, please.
Find what you love, sell what you don't. eBay. Things people love.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The Travelers Championship. This is the place to see Keegan Bradley, Justin Rose, and Tommy Fleetwood. June 24th through the 28th. For tickets, visit TravelersChampionship.com.
Get the latest on the Giants and Jets on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Oh, it's a busy Friday here in New York City. Evan and Tiki. Coming up in the next 8 minutes, we'll let you go back into the archives of WFAN and find out how we all reacted when Team USA won its one and only World Baseball Classic back in 2017. We'll get the reactions of Boomer and Carton, the reactions of Joe and Evan, and yes, the reactions of the great Mike Francesa. And speaking of Mike, I have to address him a little bit later on because the great Mike Francesa, who I have the ultimate respect for, knows so much about sports history. I think he's attacking me in defending Will Chamberlain. So we're going to get into the weeds on Will Chamberlain.
Oh, here we
go. I will respectfully, I'm respectful. I'm going to give it back to Mike.
Nice.
Because I think in this case, again, while he knows a lot, he's been around for a while, I think he's wrong.
Right. Is this another Clark Schmidt situation we got with Mike?
I think so.
Unbelievable. Okay,
I think so. Called me a fool.
Wow.
I don't know who else has been ridiculing the Will Chamberlain performance, so it could be others, but I know I've been very adamant about it. I've also been very adamant about it my entire life because I've read about the game numerous times. I heard Pablo Torre's audio documentary on it. Obviously, I wasn't around for it, but I've read so much about it to know that it was a fraudulent event. And you'll hear that Mike is wrong, but it's a misunderstanding. But we'll get to that a little bit later on. But first, Kyler Murray is a fraud because
he's not a fraud.
They are the frauduleurs.
By the way, I was just reminding myself of how good he was in high school.
Yes.
So he's the only high school player, to be named Mr. Texas Football twice. He never lost a game in high school. 42-0. 3 straight championships, goes to college, wins the Heisman Trophy. First year in the NFL, he's Rookie of the Year.
Impressive.
Dude's a winner.
Yeah, he's not used to losing.
No.
But he is a fraud because we played clips earlier of him describing his Vikings fandom. Well, if you go on social media back on January 22nd, 2012, he's tweeting about the Patriots. Pats, T. Brady about to thread up tonight. Pats.
What year was that?
This is all 2012. My dude Ochocinco.
So he's a sophomore in high school at this point.
And he also says, we'll be back next season, #Vikings, Super Bowl bound, #Patriots, #my teams. So in that clip.
So who cares? He had 2 teams. One in the NFC, one in the AFC.
Tiki.
But so he's not, somehow he's not a Cowboy fan. And so as a quarterback, he loves probably the Vikings because of their stars, and he loves the Patriots because of their winning nature.
Yeah, you can't have two teams then. Then you're a fraud. Kind of fraudulent. And this one's for you.
I have two teams.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
I grew up a Redskins fan,
Bro,
and
you're not.
now I'm a Giant.
Yeah, but you're not a Washington fan.
I know, I'm not anymore.
Of course not. That's my point. So it's not two teams. Kyler Murray also tweeted about his Patriot fandom. STFU, which is shut the bleep up, if you think the Giants are going to beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Got that one wrong. Let's get to your calls, 888-808-1019. Jared is in Fairhaven. Hey, Jared.
Hey, what's up, Evan? Good show, guys. I'm actually on my way to the Garden tonight to see the Huskies dominate, so go UConn. But I wanted to quickly just call and weigh in on this Kyler thing. I agree, total fraud. He was probably a Cowboys fan before he was a Patriots fan. And if you listen to that clip closely, he actually gives a hint. He says there was a lot of purple in my house growing up. I bet his mom just liked the color purple. Parlayed it into being
I don't know. I didn't draw that conclusion. But all right. The purple in his house was not necessarily related to the Vikings.
It was AKA.
What does that mean?
It's a sorority.
Oh.
So maybe she was AKA.
I have no idea. AKA is authority?
A sorority.
I mean, a sorority. I thought that was also known as.
Oh, no, they're green. Wait, which one is purple?
I don't know. You can fool me on that one.
I didn't rush, so I don't know.
There goes Tiki.
And my mom was AKA, so that's purple.
There goes
pink and
Tiki
green.
down the rabbit
Maybe his
hole.
dad was a
Stuck
Q.
in the rabbit
Maybe.
hole.
This is where you make it
Could be a
lower,
time
Sean.
Like the life and times of Bob Cole.
No, we could hear the whole song. It's always fun.
Right? Sean's not paying attention right now.
Let's go to Hayden calling from the great state of Utah. What's up, Hayden?
Yeah, hey guys. How's it going?
Good, man. What's up?
Hey, big fan, even from Utah.
Nice.
Yeah, I just had an interesting trade proposal I was thinking of and just wanted to hear your guys' thoughts on.
Go ahead.
What if the Giants traded their first-round pick this year for Jets' first-round pick next year?
Which one? The Dallas, Indy, or Jet pick of its own? And what's the thought behind it?
Either or. Just kind of, just running that idea past you.
All right, well, I'll give you the Jet perspective, and then we'll get the Giant perspective from the Giant fans here. I think next year's draft is so valuable, not just because of the people that may be in this draft and what the experts are saying about this draft, but because of what Tiki laid out about the quarterback situation, how every pick matters. In fact, next year's draft is so valuable, I was pushing the narrative last week that I would have absorbed a terrible contract like Tua just to get another first-round pick. That's how valuable it is. So from my perspective, it does not make sense. Now, does it help me in the short term? Of course. And for Aaron Glenn, who's trying to save his job, does it make sense for him? Sure. If Darren Muji thinks his job's on the line.
Darryl, Mr. Smiles, Muhi.
Absolutely a short-term thing. But I need to think big picture. And I love being in that spot where I've got 3 first-round picks next year where if I suck, cool, I get a top pick. And the possibility that Dak gets hurt in Dallas sucks, or the possibility Daniel Jones isn't the same in Indianapolis sucks. Like, those are so valuable that I could not deal it even for the 5th overall pick. Would you make the deal?
No, I don't even understand the philosophy behind it. The Giants don't have a 3rd-round pick this year as it stands right now.
Right.
They have multiple holes they still have not addressed in free agency. Why the hell would it make sense for them to get up the 5th overall pick on a player they need immediately this year for next year's first right now?
So it makes sense for neither, is what you're saying.
I don't even understand why that would go through your head, why that would make sense.
Are you making fun of Hayden? Are you saying that he's brain dead or something?
I almost wish he was on the line longer to be like, where the hell did you even come up with this?
All right. Hayden, call back next week and we'll have a further discussion. John's in Pittsburgh. What's up, John?
Hey, good morning, Evan and Tiki. Listen, Evan, I got a Jets fan here, 40 years old, probably around the same age as you. Let's talk about these dreams you're having about Geno. Listen, I got to wake you up from this dream, man. 39 interceptions in the last 2 years. That also includes obviously the Raiders last year. 7 fumbles. I don't know how many he lost. Let's talk with all these yards you're talking about. How much of that was in garbage time? Here's the real reality. This is going to be another 5-6 win year at the most. Coaching staff's going to be completely replaced. Muji will probably still be there. Pray that Breece Hall stays. The only way Garrett Wilson will stay is if Geno just peppers him with targets. We get a brand new coach, new quarterback. We start over, man. Let's just wake up. This is just going to be a bad year.
What's unfair, you may be right about all that. In fact, you are likely to be right. And I mentioned at the top, that's the likeliest scenario. But as a fan, I do like the dream. You are citing Geno Smith last year when you talk about empty yards. I'm citing Geno Smith in a 9-win season. Remember, in Seattle, he put up good numbers and they won. So it's not fair to discount it as, oh, it's empty calories.
Right.
Like, yes, when you're on a bad team, there's empty calories, but not when he had the success in Seattle.
No, that's right. You have to look at in his recent history and what he did and how good he was and the success that he brought to Seattle. And by the way, this was a Seattle team that was reeling after Russell Wilson leaves and wants to be a 5,000-yard passer, and their offense completely changed. They were in turmoil a little bit, and he stabilized them.
Yeah, no doubt.
You have to give him credit.
Let's go down into the archives of WFAN because the United States baseball team, Team USA, I'm actually wearing the hockey jersey today as a way of showing support for Team USA, who takes on Canada. They're 3 wins away from winning a World Baseball Classic. The United States has won 1 World Baseball Classic. That was all the way back in 2017. I don't know if anyone remembers it.
No.
But I decided, just out of curiosity, because I don't know the answer, how did this station react? Like, I'm guessing on how we'd react next week if Team USA wins. But how did we react when we actually did win in 2017? So I'm going to go through the archives real quick. Let's start off in the morning. We'll go in order of day part. Boomer and Carton at the time.
WFAN Flashback. 6 o'clock is what we're talking about. Nice job, Eddie Schizzeri. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Boomer Esiason, Craig Carton on the fan. And, of course, worldwide on CBS Sports Center. We got a great show for you today. So glad that World Baseball thing is over. What really compelling. Oh, yeah, you got the edge of your seat stuff. And not.
Well, it made the Open.
And not.
I mean, it was the first thing said sports-wise.
Right.
So that was, I'm glad it's over. That was really compelling. Not.
Right. I didn't remember what happened in that game, so I have no idea.
We blew out Puerto Rico by a final score of like 8-0.
So why was it not compelling?
Because clearly...
Because Craig just didn't care?
I guess he didn't care. So far, 0 for 1 on people caring. Let's get to the midday show. The most popular midday show in the history of WFAN. Joe Beningo and Evan Roberts. How do you think we reacted? Any guesses before we play it?
You loved it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Beningo and Roberts.
66 on your AM dial, 101.9 FM. Joe and Evan on the fan. Joe and Evan on WFAN.
All right, 10:05 on the fan, and a very good Thursday morning to you. The midday show, Joe Beningo, Evan Roberts, 877-337-6666 is the phone number here to 1 o'clock. Mike's on, Francesa on the fan. We'll come your way. Don't cram Ernie Acosta on the other side of the glass.
Here we go.
Bro, thank God. Let me tell you something. I got up this morning. I said, thank God. Thank you, Lord. I pointed to the sky. I said, thank you, Lord. We have won the World Baseball Classic. I can sleep at night now.
I sense just a little bit of sarcasm. Maybe I'm being...
Thank you, God.
I sense a little bit of that.
And now I guess
I thought he was serious.
Matt Scourgeon and his ultimate wisdom that Jim Leland can now get in the Hall of Fame.
Sealed the deal right there.
Oh, my God.
He sealed the deal.
Right, Ernie? That's Ernie told me that, actually.
So you didn't watch it?
Wow.
You didn't watch it to find out that that's what he said?
I watched not one, and I'm proud of it, not 1 second, but I am happy. Let me say this, that I am happy that we won because now I can sleep at night. Who cares about the Jets winning the Super Bowl? We won the World Baseball Classic.
I told you he'd be excited, ecstatic.
I told you he'd be excited.
I told you it was all about it.
All right.
Okay, that was Joe. What was your response?
It's so funny. So I listened deeper into that Open.
Yeah.
I was very matter of fact. There was nothing, like I analyzed it. Eventually we started talking about it in the game and what it means.
So why didn't you care?
I think I cared. No, I ended up caring, but I wasn't like overly passionate about it. Just very matter of fact. I watched it. I was into it.
So
I wasn't
will you be
celebrating
passionate about it this year.
Yeah, I'm going to score all the games.
Huh.
I think, believe it or not, I think my passion level is the same in 17 as it is now, which is I'm watching. I care, but I'm not going to lose sleep at night.
You're not upset if it doesn't go your way.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if Craig and Joe, who we've played so far, I don't know how their views have changed in 2026, but that's how they felt in 2017. Now, Mike Francesa, who's going to get some airtime today because we'll play some Will Chamberlain clips coming up in a few minutes. Mike did not mention this in his Open. I listened to his entire open. It was about the Yankees and Didi Gregorius being hurt, and it was about the Met lineup. But when he began his second segment, he took a phone call. And it took the phone caller. That's when Mike responded. So again, it was...
Was he aware?
You'll hear. You'll hear. So at least to the credit of Craig and Joe, my two previous partners, they both brought it up immediately. You don't have to agree with them, and certainly they weren't enthusiastic, but no doubt about it, like right out of the gate, they're at least telling you how they feel. For Mike, it was a caller.
Steroid stuff.
Thank you.
So I think it's going to be. I think both will be an issue for him.
No, I didn't
Stephen
hear it this
Westbury,
well.
what's up,
Here we go.
Steve?
Here we go.
Hey, Mike, I know it's easy to poo-poo the WBC. It's just an all-star game preseason. But they really were exciting, competitive games. And if you look at the tears at the end of that game, Puerto Rico was crying. You know, the players really, it meant a lot to them, pride of their country and all that. And it was a feather in Leland's cap, so I'm happy he...
Pride of what country?
We're talking about America. America beat Puerto Rico yesterday.
They beat part of their own country.
I know. It's not a perfect tournament, Mike.
How is it country when it's America, Puerto Rico?
It's not a perfect tournament, Mike.
Well, wait
but
a
second.
You said pride of their country. What country are we talking about? Both players were Americans.
Well, listen, Mike, pride is a personal thing.
Wait, but both teams were full of American players.
I know, but it's
well,
a
then
personal
what
thing.
country was playing what country?
I know. That's not a perfect tournament.
No, wait a second. Wait a second. You came on and said tears in their eyes for their country. What country was playing against what country?
Mike, those players felt like they were playing for
What country did they beat?
I know you disagree.
No, what country did... Just tell me this. What country did they beat?
Look at the uniform.
What country did they beat?
They were from Puerto Rico.
All right, and where are those players from?
Well, listen, Mike, I know it's not a perfect tournament.
Notice something, but your premise is ridiculous.
Wow. So he went down the route of...
He got angry.
Yeah, he was pissed. It's USA versus USA was his point. Here's another quick moment from Mike Francesa.
I didn't watch a minute of it. I could care less. The bottom line is, though, don't build it into something it's not.
There you go.
Yeah, this is why Ireland needs a team.
Right?
Yeah. This is why Ireland, the Irish, can take on the UK instead of Great Britain, which includes Ireland.
That's right. That's
but
right.
not included on the team because it's a UK team.
So he was stuck on the whole...
Don't be confused.
It was USA versus Puerto Rico. That shouldn't happen because they're a part of the United States of America. That was his biggest takeaway. So that's how the station responded 9 years ago when USA won the WBC.
What's fascinating, two things are fascinating about that. Number one, in two separate clips, the caller... And I guess Ernie telling Joe mentions Jim Leland.
Yes.
And the feather in his cap.
Yes.
You ask anybody today in 2026 about Jim Leland and his legacy, not a soul will bring up that World Baseball Classic.
No. Because most people don't even remember.
Exactly.
Or even knew at the time.
So it just shows you how ridiculous people could be in over-exaggerating these world tournaments. And the other thing I would say is, what's funny about this is, I can't speak, and I understand the internet is such a small part of it. I got kind of like crushed a little bit yesterday. Oh, you don't care about this? What kind of American are you? And there you have the three main shows at WFAN back then also not caring about it. I think I'm in the right here and really just like, whatever.
Yeah, but
it's
in
fine to
fairness,
watch.
that was 9 years ago.
But still.
Things have changed. And you know what's changed? Besides, I'm not even going to say patriotism or anything like that. I think what's changed is that the tournament's been around longer. And when something occurs more and more and more, you start to say, oh, yeah, it's got a history. It's real.
Value comes with repetition. So you just kind of realize that, oh, this is something that's going to be here forever or for a longer period of time. So I guess we should pay attention to it. History makes it relevant.
I cut this clip out, unfortunately.
Legal gambling also makes it relevant.
Maybe.
True.
That's every sport, though.
I guess so. But yeah, that's everything.
That's helped football.
I agree. You can gamble on cricket, dude.
You can?
I'm with you.
I apologize because I did not include this clip, but Tiki was asking about something I said. Joe and I furthered the Jim Leland discussion, and we were predicting when he gets in the Hall of Fame, would the plaque include being the manager of the WBC team?
Well, I mean, since it's the only one to date.
You say the answer is yes.
Maybe.
So my answer to Joe at the time was yes. I think it'll be on the plaque.
Right.
I have the plaque in front of me because Jim Leland is now in the Hall of Fame. What do you think? Sean, do you think it's on the plaque that he managed the United States to the World Baseball Classic?
I'm going to say yes.
You're going to say yes. I'm going to read it to you.
Does he have a say?
What's written on the plaque, no. Where the say has gone back and forth is the cap. that one wears. So that's a little bit different. In fact, Jim Leyland does not have a logo on his cap. I guess because of the success he had in Detroit, Florida, and Pittsburgh, not Colorado. We leave that out. He actually has a blank hat.
He should have wore a USA hat.
He should have worn a USA hat. Here's his plaque. Let's see if USA's on it. Master strategist and motivator, galvanized youngsters and veterans to lead 3 franchises to the postseason and win a World Series title. Debuted as manager with the Pirates in 1986, guiding the rebuild that resulted in 3 straight NL East crowns from 90 to 92 after 11 seasons in Pittsburgh. Melded a reassembled Marlins team into world champions in 1997. Over 8 seasons at the helm of the Tigers, piloted a team to 3 first-place finishes and the AL pennant in 2006 and 2012. Winner of Manager of the Year award twice in the NL and once again in the AL. That's it.
None.
Wow.
No mention.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. I got that wrong. See? Long-term prediction.
Right.
That was from 9 years ago.
Wow.
That's like Thomas Jefferson not saying he was president of the United States.
But that was his choice.
Of course.
You think Jimmy Leland said,
I don't know.
I don't want this on my plaque?
Who writes the plaque?
I think someone from the Hall of Fame would be my guess.
Well, the commissioner reads it.
Yes.
So maybe it's MLB.
Yeah, no, I think it's the museum.
Yeah.
I think
That's what I was going to say, though, because doesn't the MLB have an interest in the World Baseball Classic? Or maybe they'd be more prone to fluff it up in a plaque like that?
No, and by the way, they could change it because I don't know if you heard the breaking news from the last few days. And I've never heard of something like this.
This isn't for the Hall of Fame?
Baseball Hall of Fame has decided to change an active plaque. Andre Dawson wanted to go in as a Cub. They put him in as an Expo. But that's when MLB, or not MLB, but the Hall of Fame was making decisions on what hat you have on.
I mean, again, I was too young to know the early part of his career, but I only see Andre Dawson as a Cub.
Interesting. Well, he agrees with you. So Andre, even though he disagreed, they put him in as an Expo. They gave in to where they're now going to leave him with a blank hat. So they're taking the Expos off the plaque.
How many years
so
was he with
could
the
have?
Expos?
He was with the Expos longer. He should go. I think if you look at the numbers, you can pull it up. I think he really should have gone in as a Montreal Expo. And Andre Dawson, for a few reasons, probably the fact that the Expos don't exist anymore. I think that's a big part of it. 11 years with Montreal, 6 with Chicago. It's not even close.
That is fascinating.
Quite frankly, it's not even close.
Wouldn't you rather have the logo than it be blank at that point?
Well, I think this is the choice of the Hall of Fame because he didn't want to go in as an Expo.
But once you go in.
Well, I wonder why.
Yeah.
Why do you want to go in as an Expo?
Why didn't he?
Oh, I'll give you an answer. There's another guy who felt the same way and got overruled. You know who that person is?
Who?
And this is very significant based on the news of the last few days. Gary Carter. Gary Carter wanted to go in as a New York Met.
I mean,
they
Andre
overruled
Dawson
him.
was a rookie. Obviously, he was one Rookie of the Year, but he won his MVP in Chicago.
Yeah, he was good in Chicago. But if you just look at their tenure, he spent 11 years in Montreal. But Andre Dawson and Gary Carter both didn't want to go in as Expos, mainly because the Expos don't exist. And it's tough. Like, I think it's cool.
I know what it is. You can't monetize it.
Maybe that's it.
That's exactly what it is.
So why
you can't say now I'm a Chicago Cup. You are Hall of Famer, but when you look at it, it says you're an Expo.
Right. And you can't go back to Montreal for an event. I guess you could, but it's a baseball card show. It's not a game. So Gary, of course, is no longer with us, the late Gary Carter, but he wanted to go in as a Met. He went in as an Expo. Why is that relevant? If the Hall of Fame said, fine, you can go in as a Met, his number would be retired. Look what's going on with Beltran.
Right.
I've made it clear with Beltran.
What was the
him
flip
being
for
in the
Gary?
Hall of Fame with a Met hat is why his number should be retired. If he wasn't in the Hall of Fame with a Met hat, I wouldn't say his number should be retired. That is literally the reason why I've shifted towards retire the man's number. Because there's so few guys. So if the Hall of Fame had decided Gary Carter was wearing a Met hat instead of an Expo hat, number 8 would be retired.
Yeah. But he had a better career with Montreal.
So did Dawson. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
But both guys want to be associated with the team that existed, not the team that got wiped out. Anyhow, yeah, it was fun. That was a little trip down memory lane. Let's go to Bob in New Jersey. What's up, Bob?
Hey, how's it going? Morning, Tiki. Morning, Evan.
What's up, dude?
You're wondering why there's so many different fans in this area. Well, I was a Giants fan growing up in the 70s, early 80s. You rooted for the Giants, but everybody, almost like my whole family, I had like 4 brothers. We all had alternate teams. You still rooted for the Giants, but you picked a team that you could stay interested in the season because that team might have a possibility of winning. A lot of guys went Pittsburgh. Like most of my brothers rooted for Pittsburgh. Also, I think Green Bay was a real big, and so was Oakland, because they're kind of out of the league. You didn't compete with them as Giants. And the one thing about the Giants in the 70s, early 80s is even though they lost consistently, the defense was awesome.
Yeah, look, I get the point, Bob, and I'm sure, and I know there are a lot of kids today that pick up other teams because our teams have been so bad. Now, obviously, the Giants feel like they're on the verge of changing that. I just don't understand it because I've been in the same boat, and I just stuck with my crappy team. Like, what satisfaction do I get out of picking another team? Like, do I root for certain teams against other teams because I hate that team more? Sure. But that is far different from just becoming a fan. But I think in defense of Kyler Murray, he's an athlete. He's cooler than me. And so as a kid, he was probably so busy playing that his level of interest in watching the sport just didn't match guys like Sean and I, who instead were big fat losers just sitting on our couch.
Yeah, and look, we don't know. I mean, his dad could have. Where's his dad from? Because Kyler Murray's dad, Kevin Murray, was a pretty good football player as well. I think he was the first black starting quarterback at Texas A&M. He also was a baseball player, got drafted by the Milwaukee Brewers in the 11th round. So maybe his dad was a fan. I don't know where he was from, but that could have been it. You know, I've tried to look and see if he was a member of Omega Sci-Fi. That's where the purple came from.
Right.
But maybe he just grew up a Viking fan.
Certainly
His
possible.
dad. And so if your dad's a fan of something, you're going to be a fan
I mean,
of
that's
something.
how I root for my teams. That's how Sean roots for his teams, right? Didn't your dad basically teach all these loser teams to root for?
That's it. I had no choice.
That's it.
Or had to move out at 4.
You know, the one choice I made was the Nets, by the way, because my dad's story around the Nets is kind of odd in that he was a New York Nets fan. He had season tickets for the New York Nets at the Nassau Coliseum. And when they defied logic by selling Julius Erving, my dad was done.
Yeah.
And so what he did was he pretty much just gave up the NBA. Like, he wasn't a Knicks fan. He kind of liked the Nets, but didn't really watch them. And then when I was growing up, it just felt natural as a Mets and Jets and Islanders fan, which was handed to me. It felt natural to root for the Nets. And that rekindled his interest in the Nets. But he was pissed at them. Right. And how could you not be?
Of course.
Like, that is probably one of the dumbest and significant transactions in the history of New York sports, in that if they don't sell Julius Erving, the Nets are probably like a strong second to the Knicks, and they stay on Long Island, and Julius is there, the hometown guy. Like, the Nets would be the Jets. They'd be the Mets. They'd be like, yeah, they're not the Knicks, but they're a strong second team. And the equivalent argument I make to people is imagine the Jets selling Joe Namath. That would be the equivalent. Right before the Jets win Super Bowl III, like, he's good, he's exciting, he's great. As an entry fee to the NFL, the New York Jets say, we can't afford Joe Namath, and they sell him to another team. Imagine what that would have done to the Jets franchise. So, yeah, it's pretty stupid.
Right. The 3 Super Bowls in 4 years by the Minnesota Vikings, that was in the 70s, 73, 74, 75. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So that means Kevin Murray was 9, 10, and 11 years old.
Are we talking about Kyler's dad?
Yes.
Wow.
During the Purple People Eater reign.
You went deep on that one.
I can see that.
Makes sense.
Is that he was also from Texas, but the Purple People Eaters and the Minnesota Vikings were the team.
So it's dad.
So it's probably his dad.
Kyler Murray made Kyler a Viking fan.
Kevin
and now
Murray was probably a Minnesota Viking fan.
And now he gets a chance to do something never done in the history of this franchise, win a championship. Could Kyler Murray be the one that breaks the Minnesota hex? We'll get back to your calls coming up, 888-808-1019. Plus, I think Mike's mad at me for ripping Will Chamberlain. We'll find out what he said, and I'll back up my argument more. But our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires. From Connecticut to Maine, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Fanatics Fest, the world's #1 sports fans festival, returns to the Javits Center in New York City from July 16th to the 19th. See celebrities and athletes from all your favorite leagues, including Aaron Judge, Tom Brady, Kevin Hart, Jalen Brunson, Diana Taurasi, Mike Tyson, and so many more. Live panels, autographs, photo ops, rare trading cards, and memorabilia, plus exclusive merch drop you can only get at Fanatics Fest. This is the ultimate weekend where sports and culture collide. Tickets are on sale now and will sell out, so make sure you grab yours early at fanaticsfest.com. Hey guys, let's get real for a second. When it comes to performance, good enough isn't good enough. And that's exactly why Blue Chew just raised the bar. Blue Chew Gold tablets go further than others, combining 2 proven ingredients for circulation plus apomorphine and oxytocin to enhance arousal, desire, and connection from the inside out. Get started today at BlueChew.com. And now we've got a special deal for our listeners. Get 10% off the first month of Blue Chew Gold with promo code WFAN. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information.
It's March savings time at Nielsen Dodge. It's also tax return time, and we have a great money-saving idea. Show us what your tax return is, and we'll double it up to $1,500.
You can count on 0 down payment, super low lease payments, 0% financing is available.
Lease a new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee Altitude X 4x4, just $198 a month.
Match your tax return up to $1,500 on any new Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, or Ram.
Hundreds of vehicles in stock with big savings off MSRP. And of course, we always give you the credit help you need.
Find out what your tax return is before April 15th, and we'll double it up to $1,500. Max your tax only at Nielsen Dodge for a limited time.
On Route 10 in East Hanover, or shop online at nielsendodge.com.
Sun is in the driver's seat. Declaration of Deal Sales Event.
With approval, term 27 months, due at sign $51.98. Add tax tag $498 and DMV fees. For tax refund info, see dealer for details.
Aetna was there for me as I was going through a rough medical patch this year. I had peace of mind, which helped with my healing.
Those words from a real Aetna Medicare Advantage member speak to why U.S. News & World Report named us a best Medicare Advantage company. Because we show up on calls with members and doctors' offices when requested. We show up with the latest in online tools for easier access to healthcare. We show up for you. Because that's how healthier happens together. Member feedback has been edited for length and clarity.
Do you know what the scariest sound to hear on a factory floor is? Silence. That means something somewhere broke. Production has stopped, and now you're paying your workers to wait while the team troubleshoots and tries to fix the problem. Finally, there's a proactive way to reduce equipment downtime, thanks to MaintainX. MaintainX is the asset management system that brings your maintenance downtime to zero. MaintainX lets you build preventative maintenance schedules, manage work orders in real time, and access the data you need to make better decisions. Downtime equals death in the production world, so make unplanned downtime a thing of the past. Try MaintainX for free. Control the daily operations of your business and transform your maintenance program by going to maintainx.com. That's maintain and the letter X.com.
Come on. No! It's just a golf lesson, champ. Loosen up.
I can't. See that Hyundai Santa Fe?
Yeah.
I only paid
Finish up on your own. I gotta run.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on the Hyundai Tucson, Tucson Hybrid, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid. Now, during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Hurry. Offer ends March 31st. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
I need a little range, step to the range, come on, meet me at the
Introducing the new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club Sandwich. With that juicy Chick-fil-A chicken on a buttermilk ranch bun, jalapeno ranch sauce, and pickled jalapenos, it's a little ranch with a lot of kick. The new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club with original spicy or grilled filet. Available for a limited time only. Order ahead on the Chick-fil-A app.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it today to carsforkids.org. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's CARS with a K.
Love college basketball? Then it's time to gear up for another electric march with BetMGM. From opening tip to buzzer beaters, this is where the action lives. Dive into every matchup with competitive odds, seamless gameplay, and the power to bet your way all season long. Whether you're backing your alma mater, riding the rankings, or chasing underdog stories, BetMGM puts you right in the heart of the game. Every possession matters, every rivalry hits harder, and every ticket feels bigger when you're playing with the sportsbook that makes March legendary. So get off the bench, join the huddle, and head for the net with BetMGM all season long. Problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements.
Town Fair Tire honors any valid rebates, manufacturers or competitors' rebates. Yes, even any competitors' rebates. And we give you the guaranteed lowest price. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
We asked parents to share their journey of adopting teens.
They changed who I am because I can't see life without them in it.
Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast.
Pump up the volume.
When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Partly cloudy with a high around 43.
Weather brought to you by Staples. From posters and presentations to labels and loyalty cards, Staples has all the print to boost your brand. Shop now in-store and online. Staples. That was easy.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
This Fan Focus is sponsored by Chef IQ, precision cooking, effortless results, chefiq.com. Last night, the Giants upgraded their wide receiver room, adding Calvin Austin as their slot receiver, although he plays some outside as well, and punt returner, one-year deal, 1.5 guaranteed. Kyler Murray, as we mentioned, signed a one-year deal with the Vikings. And how about this from Diana Rossini this morning? A.J. Brown trade discussions are not dead. Last week, I was told the Rams discussed trading for Eagles wide receiver A.J. Brown before dealing for Trent McDuffie. Dialogue slowed, but Los Angeles continues to monitor the status of the three-time Pro Bowler with interest. We'll see where both parties go from here. This Fan Focus was sponsored by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
The way the Rams don't care about draft capital, just back the truck up and bring them in. I mean, just do it.
They really don't.
They don't care.
They're going to try to win every year.
Yeah.
Which I kind of love.
They've had success with it, so it's tough to rip, like trading all your first-round picks. Like, they have been a successful franchise, so it works.
Remember, they have 2 firsts this year, too.
There you go. Well, they just traded one.
Oh, for McDuffie.
Yeah.
Forgot that was when I was awake.
There you go.
Terrible.
So
terrible.
Terrible. So the great Mike Francesa on his podcast was very upset with those that are criticizing the Wilt Chamberlain game in discussion of the Bam Adebayo game.
Mm-hmm.
So some have emailed me saying Mike was talking about you, Evan, and he may have been, because I have always been critical of the Wilt Chamberlain game. It's a game that I haven't watched it. None of us really have because there's no tape of it, but I remember hearing not too long ago they uncovered the audio of part of the game, and I listened to some of that and read books about it, and Pablo Torre did a great podcast about it recently. So it is something I've had a passion about, and that passion is not to discredit the player, but the performance.
Right.
So here is Mike Francesa on the Mike Francesa podcast talking about fools who attack the game.
But here's the thing. I heard people in the last 24 hours knocking Chamberlain. Are you a fool? Are you just a complete fool?
Well, I can be a fool, but I want to make something clear. I'm not attacking Chamberlain. Right. I'm attacking the game. In fact, we've talked a lot about Wilt this week. Earlier this week, we talked about SGA tying and then last night breaking the record for most consecutive 20-point games. And we marveled at what Wilt did in that stretch of games. He was averaging like 48 a game. Like, Wilt Chamberlain is a god. He is like the Babe Ruth of basketball, in which he's so legendary. So this is not about disrespecting Wilt Chamberlain. It's about talking about that specific game. Anyhow, here's more from Mike.
When you bring up the name Wilt Chamberlain, you better know what you're talking about. Because when you knock him, you sound like a complete moron. Wilt Chamberlain scored 100 points. Big deal. Wilt Chamberlain could have scored 100 points 100 times. Wilt Chamberlain scored 70 points 6 times. No one ever did it more than once. Wilt Chamberlain scored 60 or more points 32 times. It's only been done 60 times in the history of the league. He did it 32. The only man to score 40 points a game in the NBA is Wilt Chamberlain. He did it 4 times.
Yeah, it's impressive. What does that have to do with the fact that that game in Hershey was a farce?
Right.
And I get it.
By the way, Kobe could have done these multiple 70-point games, but they were blowouts, he would take himself out in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I push back on that. Kobe was great, but Mike's right in terms of Wilt did things that no one else could ever do.
Of course.
And that part I agree with. Like, the problem with this argument, and this is what happens sometimes, you're arguing around each other. Every stat he gave about Wilt is great. I'm not arguing that. I'm attacking the game. The game's a farce. And for anyone out there who says, but Evan, you're a 42-year-old punk-nosed kid, what do you know? You're right. So let's hear from someone who played in the game. That seems like a fair idea. Let's hear from Darryl Imhoff, who had a long NBA career and played in that game in Hershey, Pennsylvania, against Wilt Chamberlain. I wonder what Darryl thinks about the game.
It was a farce of a game. It was not, I don't think it was a legitimate type of thing where a guy goes out in the course of the event. I mean, we had guys score 60 points. Elgin Baylor scored 60 points against us in the guard. I mean, that was a legitimate, great performance. Jerry West had 60 against us in the sports arena against
same year
in that year. It was one of those things where guys had individual performances that were great, but it wasn't done the way that one was done, and that's what makes that a farce. I don't see it as one of the great games ever, and I think the 100-point game is totally out of context with what you would consider the great games that were played in the NBA by great players.
Thank you, Darryl. That was from the Pablo Torre podcast in which Darryl did that, or that interview was dug up and played on that podcast. That's what I'm talking about. It has nothing to do, and this is where Mike he's not wrong, he's just not arguing with me. He's arguing about something else that no one's bringing up. Wilt Chamberlain's an all-time great player.
Of course.
He may be
You're not knocking Wilt.
No, he may be the greatest player of all time. I said nothing about that. That game was a farce. And so, yes, when Bam puts up 83 and everyone complains about how much of a farce that was, realize, and I think Mike knows this, that game, the Wilt game, was it a bigger farce? Not because he isn't a great player, not because he couldn't score 70 whenever he wanted, but because the actions of that game were fraudulent. And so, with all due respect, Mike is wrong. Or he's not wrong, he's arguing the wrong thing.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Good for you.
Now, with that said,
False opinions that most people don't care about.
JR in Somerville was on hold, wanting to blindly defend Mike Francesa. Now that he's heard the clips, I'm curious if JR will be on Team Evan or Team Mike. JR in Somerville, your thoughts?
Oh, I'm on Team Francesa because you brought, first of all, I already talked about you just cherry-picking games out of the box scores with Luka Doncic.
Dude, Luka's game was
don't get into the conversation.
JR, Luka's game was an all-time great game. You
don't know what happened to that game, Evan. You didn't watch that game.
It was
you
one
have
of the
no
most
idea what that game was
efficient
about.
games in the history of basketball. How can you discredit
this is
that?
the conversation, Evan. This is what happens every time. This is the problem with analytics and efficiency. You guys take the context completely out. Was Jordan's game 6 in Utah, where they won by 1 in the finals, a better game than Luka Doncic's 70 points in the middle of January?
He won an NBA championship, so of course I would say yes. It was more important.
He also shot 15 for 35 from the field. Okay,
because you're talking about the context of winning a championship. I'm always going to put that above. Aren't we all?
Yeah, well, that always matters. Stuff like that matters. These games, these 70-point games, are not transcendent.
Okay.
Whenever Wilt Chamberlain did something, it was transcendent.
Okay. The Wilt game was fraudulent. Can you just admit that? You know that.
Every game, maybe in NBA history, over 70 points is fraudulent. I can go on with David Robinson second to the last day of the regular season. You know the game.
I get you. Was Kobe's game fraudulent?
No.
Oh, okay.
Only a few points were, but not many. That's why some people consider it a record, because he did play from behind. Yeah. And getting hot from the field is different than getting hot from the free throw line, okay? Yeah. So that's something. I've seen games where guys scored in the 50s, and they're better offensive games than what I saw from Adebayo the other night. So that's the point total doesn't matter in certain cases.
No, I agree with you, but I think what the point is about Bam and Wilt is that the flow of the last 5 minutes that really tacked on points was not real. It was done in and that doesn't mean they should apologize. Like, I'm not even arguing that Wilt or Bam shouldn't have done what they did. Like, you're trying to break a record and you're going for it, and you're going to go all means necessary. Same thing from the coaches. It's more if we're evaluating it, let's be fair about how the last 15 to 20 points went down.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if this exists in other sports where you can fully load up and break records without it meaning anything.
Not really. Like in baseball, how would you do it?
Right.
In football, how would you do it? Unless guys are coming out of the game.
Yeah, but I think in football you volunteer yourself out of the game unless you need to continue to play.
Right.
Hey, who was that? Saquon, when he rushed for 200 yards against the Giants. It was 2 seasons ago. And he could have broken some record. Remember, he talked about this, and he's like, "No, I'll let the young kids eat." Like, why? He didn't. The game was well in hand.
Right.
He didn't need to do it. I mean, I had a game like this when we destroyed the Redskins on Wellington Mara Day after he passed away. I had 200 yards in 3 quarters. I was like, yeah, I'm good.
You're good.
I'm good. I mean, I literally could rush for 350 yards in that
But you know
game.
what else it is? I don't think the records in football mean as much.
They don't, because they're not lionized.
The Wilt game is lionized, and getting
100%.
80 is lionized.
Right,
Yeah.
right. In other sports, it's kind of like, okay, good for you, man.
Yeah,
you had an epic day. Great job.
I think you're right. I think in the other major sports, it's very difficult to have like an all-time performance feel kind of not real. I mean, the only thing I could come up with that's close, and you can't blame the player for this, is let's say Aaron Judge has hit 4 home runs in a game, which has been done many times. Not many, but it's been done by a bunch of different people.
Right.
No one's ever hit 5, right? He comes up with a chance that his 5th home run. The Yankees are up 21-2, and the Orioles have a position player on the mound. There you go.
Yeah.
And by the way, Judge is doing nothing wrong. Yankees are doing nothing wrong. What's he supposed to do?
Right.
He hits a home run, people are going to say, I don't know.
Yeah, it'll get marginalized.
But the difference between that and this is that, not again, I'm blaming the player, but the team is doing something to create the circumstances. In that case, the Yankees would have done nothing wrong. They're not the one who said, put a position player in. Let's go to Greg in White Plains. Hey, Greg.
Hey, how you guys doing?
All's well.
Evan, I was going to defend Mike, but here's my thing. I met Will Chamberlain in 1968 when I was 10 years old. Not to make myself seem so old. They used to have the Maurice Stokes benefit game at Kutcher's Country Club.
Yes.
And I happened to be the ball boy that year for the game for my summer camp. And he signed the basketball for me. So forever in my life, that guy's been number one to me.
Well, he could be number one. It's just that performance was not legitimate. That's all.
I agree with you on that. But then I was going to bring up what Mike brought up about the 32 games of 60 points or more.
Yeah, no, but I acknowledge that. I acknowledge Will Chamberlain as the tribal chief in NBA history. Like, he is an all-time great player and maybe the best of all time. One could argue that, even though if ESPN and WFAN was around back then, we'd call him a loser who couldn't win the big one. That would be said about him. But he's an all-time great. That's not the argument. The argument is
about
the game.
The specifics of the game.
Now, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Eric Spoelstra was very much involved in manipulating the Bam Adebayo game. The fouling on purpose, the let's get him the basketball, all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Eric Spoelstra had a couple of days to think about it.
Yeah.
Do you think he is apologizing for his actions?
Hell no.
No apology?
No. And you know why?
Why?
Because he hates the Wizards and what the Wizards represent for the NBA.
Interesting. So you think he rips the Wizards? Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear from...
I know. I heard him say they're not trying.
Then you're cheating the game.
I'm not. I just know that he thinks he's pissed off that they didn't try. That they're not trying to win a basketball game.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it from the man himself, Eric Spoelstra, on if he'll apologize.
I apologize to absolutely no one. Period. And going into the game, it's a Tuesday night game against a team where they're not playing for anything, where their organization is trying to lose. We've already lost a game, in that kind of situation. We have players that are sitting out, and I spoke to Bam about I want, as our best player and team captain, for him to be locked in and ready. And he sure was.
I mean, he basically say it. They're not trying to win.
They're not trying to win. No, that's true.
That is damning.
Yeah. Well, I have
Can you imagine in a regular season of any sport where an opposing coach says, yeah, we beat their ass until the pulp because they're not trying to win.
No, you're right.
That's basically what he said. That's the bigger issue. Forget the Bam Adebayo who scored 83 points and he should have come out at 81. He respects Kobe, all that other nonsense. The issue with teams tanking, losing intentionally with 17 games to go. That's pitiful.
Yeah.
This is why you don't watch regular season basketball, or if you're a lay fan, you don't give a crap.
Did you see what happened last night? I have to admit it. I'm going to be perfectly honest. Did you see about the Nets-Hawks game?
Yeah.
I know they're the
I
Nets.
heard about it. Yes.
The Nets tanked.
Yes.
One of the first times I've ever noticed this, besides like sitting guys, which is different because you can always get around sitting guys for health reasons or recovery reasons. But when guys don't play in games, that's where the issues kind of run in. And so last night, Noah Clowney and Nick Claxton both sat the fourth quarter.
Give your paycheck back.
Who?
Whoever's responsible.
Can I defend them for a second?
Go ahead.
If everybody else is doing it, and they are, and you know it, what are we supposed to do?
Bingo.
What the hell? They put us in this spot, bro.
So my point is this. Did you work today to earn your paycheck?
Who?
Whoever.
Who are you talking about, me?
Executive, head coach, player. Did you work today to earn your paycheck?
Yes.
If the answer is no, give it back.
Tiki, what do you want the franchise to do when these other franchises are even bigger farces? What do you want them to do? What do you want them to do? Just say we'll be ethical? We'll just be ethical.
Yeah.
And we'll hope.
Because it's a lottery. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter till it does matter.
Okay. And the Dallas Mavericks won the freaking lottery last year.
I know.
The Nets still in the league?
Not really.
They almost made the playoffs.
But still, you want better odds.
Does it matter?
I have to defend them because they have no choice. They
The
were
Dallas
forced
Mavericks
to do
won
this.
the lottery. And we knew it was going to happen.
Okay, they're going to
We knew it at the trade deadline that the Mavericks, wouldn't it be funny if the Mavs, they trade Luka and they suck and they get Cooper Fleck? Oh, wait, it happened?
So then you tell me who's winning the lottery this year.
I have no idea.
Who they've rigging it for.
I'm not paying attention to these teams that suck. I don't care about teams that suck.
I know, and you're in a good place for that.
I'm apathetic about half the league in the NBA.
I get you.
Because they don't care.
I know
And
they don't, but
if you don't care, if you are showing me, telling me, expressing every single time that you take the court that I don't care, why should I care?
Because I love my team as bad as they are. So talk to me and talk to Sean as the fan.
Yes.
We are good fans, and
You're
you know
wasting
it.
your money.
Okay, I'm wasting my money. Fair enough. Not really, because if my kid has a good time, I'm not wasting my money.
I'm just telling you, you're wasting your money.
Oh, okay. We're wasting our money.
Go to a movie. It's 30 times as cheap.
Popcorn's better, too.
Right.
All right.
Go see a Broadway play.
That
where
wasn't
those
my
guys
question.
Work their asses off. By the way, the Stranger Things on Broadway?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Okay.
Amazing. I mean, they are working in that show.
They're not tanking.
It's
No,
not,
I get
It's not
you.
a musical.
I
They
get you.
are acting on stage. It is awesome.
Okay, but you got to answer my question.
But if Leonardo
was-
DiCaprio was available for that show, I bet you they'd lay down their swords.
No, they wouldn't.
I'm just asking you, as fans of a crappy team, you say don't go, don't watch. Okay, fine.
Yes.
Shouldn't we want...
You can go. You can waste your money however you want.
Well, wasting money
Right?
is...
Some people go to a bar and waste hundreds of dollars
Exactly.
a night. Like,
Some people
waste your
ma-
money however you want.
Some
I'm
peop-
just telling you that you're wasting your money.
Some people make dumbass parlay bets. They waste their money.
Exactly.
We all
Guilty.
waste our money in different ways.
We all have disposable income.
But what I'm asking you is, as a fan who wants the best for our team, don't we almost have to just embrace this horribleness? Like, what's our option? Like, you don't get it. Like, we're fans. What are we supposed to
flood
do?
them on social media.
With what? You need to play Nick Claxton in the fourth quarter with a meaningless game to hurt our lottery odds?
Call out their call out the wastefulness of the moment.
No, I'm calling out the league, which I've done many times.
Call out the league.
The
Call
league
out the
sucks.
team.
The league has
Every
a problem.
time you talk about the Nets, say, you know what? Today, you guys disappointed me.
No, but they didn't. They didn't. It's not their fault. It's everyone else's fault.
Okay.
It is.
All right, okay, hold on.
What?
If everybody in your classroom is cheating on an exam, and oh man, I think I should cheat too, because I mean, if I don't, then I'm going to be behind them. I'm going to cheat too.
It's not cheating though.
You're cheating the fan. You're cheating the sport.
We suck anyway.
You're cheating the I don't know, the process of competing. You're not competing.
It's the league's fault.
So you're
not my fault.
You're charging people to watch a competition that's not a competition.
Well, it was a road game, so we're good.
It's an exhibition.
Oh, is that the Nets clock?
It's not even that.
Swag,
It's
not the Nets.
This is not just about the Nets. This is about teams that just want to suck on purpose.
Nah, it's a but here's
You're cheating fans.
agree to disagree. It's a league problem, not a franchise problem.
It is not.
It is a league problem.
Okay, sure, Evan. It is also the Nets' problem.
Okay. How are we going to agree to disagree to move on? Can we do that?
We're not, because I'm not being swayed that the Nets have to do this because every other team is doing this.
I'm not saying that.
That's exactly what you said.
No, I did, but I'm accepting that you're wrong. Now I want to move on to something
You're
else.
boring me to tears with this. I'm sorry. I can't go on.
I've accepted it.
You didn't want to open a can of worms with someone who played the game. And if I was on a team where they were trying to tank, I would get into whoever's face it was and say, you are full of you know what.
All right.
And you know it, and I know it, and everybody around this team knows it.
I got a way to switch the subject. This is going to be good. Jody in Warren, New Jersey. What's up, Jody?
Hey, guys. Just when you talk about records, I think about Strahan's, as a Jet fan, I think about Strahan's sack record.
That's Jody, that's a great example.
Yeah, good job. It's not his anymore, so move on. It doesn't matter. So we're not talking about an individual. We're talking about a team that it's trying to lose.
No, that's not what he meant. He meant the records that can be manipulated like Wilt. That's what he brought up. You mentioned, is there another sport where you can manipulate scoring?
On the margins. It's on the margins, dude. We're talking about half a sack.
Damn it. I thought that was going to move us on.
No, we're talking about half a sack.
Let me try something else. Let's try Pete in North Carolina. What's up, Pete?
What up, Pete?
Hey, guys. Quick question for you. Evan, I've been trying to find this out for 18 years.
Oh.
Okay. You're the only one. Right. I'm a baseball fan living in Charlotte 18 years.
All right.
Okay? I have baseball package. Why living in Charlotte with no team? I do not get blacked out every night. No Braves, no Cincinnati Reds, no Cleveland Guardians, no Orioles, no Nationals. So that means there's 10 teams.
What?
Every night. I can't get it. And no one can answer that question. Huh. You're the only one that can figure it out.
Yeah, so the answer is Rob Manfred and the commissioner's office are fools. That's my answer.
He's in North Carolina.
He's in Charlotte.
So there is no... What's the baseball team that's...
They don't have one.
So what's the one that's close? It's Atlanta. It's the Braves.
Geographically?
Yeah.
That's a great question. Like, would the Nationals be closer geographically than the Braves to Charlotte, North Carolina? I think that's you know what? I'm Google mapping this crap.
I mean, you drive it every year. You should know.
Yeah, but not Charlotte. That's the thing. Charlotte's further. All right, so we'll start with Washington. From Washington, D.C. to Charlotte, if you drive, it's 6 hours and 14 minutes.
Okay.
I don't have the amount of 400 miles.
Okay.
All right. From Charlotte to Atlanta. You remember the numbers I just told you?
Yep.
Wow, it's not even close. 356 to go to Atlanta. Only 245 miles. So Atlanta is significantly closer to Charlotte than Washington.
The Braves are also...
He said that a part of their... So, for example, for those that are confused by this, right now, until blackout restrictions are lifted, the Mets and the Yankees are our local team. So if you have the MLB package... I know it's different now with the SNY deal, but technically the Yankees and the Mets are blacked out. There are areas of the country, according to our last caller, and his being Charlotte, where it's not just, the Braves are blacked out, they're close, but numerous teams, he cited the Braves, the Nationals, the Orioles, the Reds, and the Guardians are all considered local teams, which means he can't watch any of their games, and that is a major problem. I've heard about this before in other areas of the country where you want to watch baseball, you're begging for it, but the blackout rules are so archaic that you can't. And that's a problem.
Didn't they get rid of that in football?
The blackout rules?
Yeah.
No, they still exist here. Like if I have the NFL package, the Jets and the local game's going to be blacked out. I would lift them. I would get rid of it. Maybe that's something the government needs to do, but it's restrictive to baseball fans. And I feel very bad for our last caller because I wish I could give him an answer. Other than they don't know what they're doing.
He said 4. According to this MLB TV map, it should only be the Braves. Charlotte is only located in the Braves MLB TV territory.
He is claiming that other teams are blacked out?
That's why I asked about the Braves.
Yeah. The Braves I don't want to say it makes sense because I think, again, blackout rules are archaic. And 245 miles is a long ways away.
Yeah.
But I understand the Braves having 5 teams blacked out. And look, there are certain areas of the country where, like if you're living in Wyoming, is anybody blacked out? I have no idea. Right. And certain parts of Missouri, certain parts of Illinois, it's unfortunate. And I hope we get to a world now where you pay an amount of money and you get every baseball game and there are no restrictions, including blackout rules. It needs to be lifted.
There needs to be a reasonable driving distance. To be inside that circle, you can black it out.
Yeah, but what if you want to watch that team play? There should be a way for you to do it. Not everyone has access to the local cable provider. It's not easy. We'll get back to your calls coming up, 888-808-1019. Plus, yes, there were enough crazy-ass opinions at WFAN to bring back a very popular Friday segment simply known as Are You Kidding Me? We'll hear some of the crazy opinions coming up, plus more on tonight's World Baseball Classic and the Knicks weekend. 888-808-1019 is the toll-free number.
I'm always busy and on the go, but knowing my family is safe is so important. It's why I partnered with Sloman's as they recently installed the Sloman's Shield Link system into my home. A smart home security system combining safety, convenience, and peace of mind that's manageable right from my phone. That's part of it, especially on a Friday. is that if I have a mood of music that I want to walk into my door, I can set it before I even open my garage and then walk in, sit down, chill, and relax. Experience the future of home security and automation with the Sloman Shield Link system. Call 1-800-ALARM-ME. That's 1-800-ALARM-ME or visit slomans.com.
If you've been thinking about replacing those old chilly windows and doors, now's the time. Windorama's kicking off their winter warm-up sale, and you can save up to 40% on your installation project when you purchase and install through Windorama. 40% off, big savings, great products and brands, and expert installation. Hard to beat that. Keep the warm air in, the cold air out, and upgrade your home the right way. Visit Windorama.com or stop by one of their showrooms today. Windorama, your window and door specialist since 1977.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
The two bubble teams people can't stop talking about with the NCAA tournament, Miami of Ohio and Auburn. And should it be one or the other that makes it in? Here's my answer. Both should be in the NCAA tournament, at least in the first four. Ultimately, sports is a television show. It's a television product, and that's going to get you the most excited. Those two teams. Would you really rather see New Mexico? I'm Nick Costos.
If you need a new appliance, this is your sign. Shop at Lowe's now to get up to 35% off and next-day delivery on hundreds of major appliances. A new appliance now means an easier to-do list later. Our best lineup is at Lowe's. Valid through 3/18 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. Order by 4 p.m. Available Monday through Saturday. Subject to availability. Fees, exclusions, and restrictions apply. See Lowe's.com/appliance delivery for more details.
Wendy's has a new Girl Scout Thin Mints Frosty Fusion with Girl Scout Thin Mints cookie pieces, rich creamy frosty, and a mint chocolate cookie sauce. Which means Girl Scout Thin Mints and Wendy's Frosty, yeah, they're basically best friends now. It's like two delicious desserts just high-fived, snapped a few too many friendship selfies, and then rode a tandem bike down a never-ending road of mint chocolate frosty perfection. So, swing by Wendy's and try the new Thin Mints Frosty Fusion.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's.
We love talking about the Knicks and Nets on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
I'm a 100% kind of guy, so I got Verizon Fios. It's 100% fiber internet because I do everything at 100%.
What game should we watch?
100% of them.
She hits a
penalty kick
out of the park
from way downtown for a
beautiful shot onto the green.
You either have 100% fiber internet or you don't. Get Verizon Fios. It's super fast and reliable with ultra low lag. It's 100% or nothing. Call 1-833-VERIZON to switch today.
Go Teams!
The most important meal of the day just got better at Dunkin'. Now you can get a medium hot or iced coffee, 6 crispy hash browns, and a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, all for $6. That's a full breakfast meal for $6. 6 crispy golden hash browns, a warm, delicious bacon, egg, and cheese, and a medium coffee to start your day off right. Do breakfast the Dunkin' way or order Dunkin's $6 meal deal. No substitutions, participation times may vary. Limited time offer cannot be combined with other offers. Exclusions and terms apply.
It's tournament time. And this March, Fanatic Sportsbook has 10 times the rewards. Starting round 1, we're giving you 10 profit boosts every single tournament game day. That means first round, second round, round of 16, all the way down to the last 4 in the national championship. 10 chances every game day to level up your winnings. But that's not all. You'll earn up to 10% fan cash back on all your bets, which you can use on anything at Fanatics. We're talking team gear, tickets, collectibles, and a whole lot more. Plus, if you're new to Fanatic Sportsbook, you can get $200 instantly in fan cash when you bet $5. It's time to shoot your shot. The tournament hits different at Fanatic Sportsbook. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Offer not available in all states. Terms apply. See Fanatic Sportsbook.
Question: what business couldn't use extra income? Hey, it's Tiki Barber. Right now, Amazon Hub Delivery is looking to partner with ambitious New York businesses to become Amazon Hub partners. You and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area when it's convenient for you. With each package delivered, your business gets paid. Sign up at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB HUB Delivery.
Kohl's gets it. Instant gratification is the best. Like waking up to freshly brewed coffee, hitting every green light on the way home, or getting instant Kohl's Cash. This weekend only, get $10 Kohl's Cash to use right away when you spend $25 or more. No waiting, no forgetting, no patience required. Offers end March 15th. Some exclusions apply. Coupons and Kohl's Cash do not apply to Sephora at Kohl's. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
When fighting lymphoma, leukemia, or myeloma, the right care team makes a difference. Hi, I'm Dr. Michelle Donato, Chief of Stem Cell Transplantation and Cellular Therapy at Hackensack University Medical Center's John Thurg Cancer Center. As the state's largest and most experienced CAR T-cell program, we pioneer life-saving options that empower your immune system to fight cancer. For personalized care in Hackensack or Neptune, call 833-CANCER-MD.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit Tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
Come visit the engagement experts at London Jewelers at any one of their 6 locations.
Talk New York sports here. The Fan.
Little afternoon here on the Fed. Evan and Tiki on a jam-packed Friday. We'll hear from you coming up. Get back to your calls, 888-808-1019. Mark DeRosa has decided to double down on his comments concerning if he knew what the hell was going on. We'll get to that later. And Sean's got a Cinco de Luncho coming up this hour. But every Friday, assuming there are enough opinions worthy of it, we have a brand new segment here on Evan and Tiki called Are You Kidding Me? And that's where we take a listen to some of the craziest opinions here at WFAN and decide which one was the worst. So we've got some interesting ones today, some very interesting ones. So we present to you, when Sean's ready because he looks confused, another edition of Are You Kidding Me?
Hey, you know what time
That's not it. That's Idiots with Idioms. That's coming up later. I almost think Sean's doing this on purpose. Like,
I'm not.
You're not?
I got a lot going on here. Let's go.
All right. We present to you.
What are we doing?
Are You Kidding Me?
That's right.
Okay, this is an
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? These whack takes that you spitting me. The epitome of pure stupidity. Better be going for last. Takes like that. I just gotta ask, yo. Are you kidding me?
So we've got ourselves 4 that qualified for Are You Kidding Me? From all day parts here at WFAN. Let's start off with one that we actually heard earlier this week, and that is from our former partner in crime, Tommy Lugauer, who at one point was the executive producer of Evan and Tiki, but then his wings got spread, and now they spread every day on After Hours with Tommy Lugauer. Well, I take you back to earlier this week after Team USA lost to Team Italy, and Aaron Judge struck out, and according to Loogie, that let us all down.
Aaron Judge coming to the plate, 9th inning, 2 outs, as the tying run, and he strikes out. In the big spot, in the big moment, with everybody watching, the country's watching, Aaron Judge let his country down. Just like he lets Yankee fans down in October, he is now letting the entire country down.
Letting the country down.
Letting the country down. So that is candidate number 1. All right? Put that one in your brain and file it away. Candidate number 2, and this just proves I do not have complete power over this, is for the first time me. It's something I said here on Evan and Tiki. Are you ready to hear this?
Yes.
Do you even know what it is?
I don't.
We've been working all week together. Is there anything that I said that you feel would make Are You Kidding Me here on a Friday?
I don't know, unless it was about a Jet quarterback.
It was not about the Jets, because, again, I think it was taken out of context when I dreamt about the Jets winning a Super Bowl with Geno.
Mets?
That was me dreaming. It was not Met-related. In fact, it was World Baseball Classic-related.
Understand this, Team America. You better win. Sean laid it out earlier. It would be a national embarrassment if you lost to Canada, and it would give back the goodwill of Team USA beating Canada in hockey. Like, that all goes away. Jack Hughes lost a tooth for nothing if that happens.
All right.
So
I do remember that.
Evan Roberts says it's a national disgrace if we lose, and that Jack Hughes, quote, lost a tooth for nothing if the USA loses to Canada.
That's going to be in the running because the WBC is just not old enough to have that kind of history.
I think Evan's take is further backed up when we find out that now Jack Hughes is sending all the hockey jerseys to Team USA Baseball ahead of tonight, showing them how important it is.
Really?
Yeah, he did that.
Jack Hughes created a video for the Team USA World Baseball Classic. Now, that video
maybe he's just trying to, I don't know, keep the love for Team USA hockey going.
But that's the point, though.
No, hold on. Can I give you the backstory?
Go ahead.
I'm going to read this to you from MLB.com. Major League Baseball's communication staff reached out to the Devils before the World Baseball Classic training camp to ask if Jack Hughes would send a message of encouragement to Captain Aaron Judge and the U.S. team, as Jack Hughes is a diehard New York Yankees fan whose father was born in the Bronx. Hughes, 24, recorded a hype video in the Devils' locker room and asked that it be kept private between him and the WBC players. Mark DeRosa said the USA hockey team motivation might not end there. I know there's talk of some hockey jerseys being sent in tomorrow for the guys to wear during batting practice or around the clubhouse, DeRosa said. How about that? So it was requested by MLB.
Now we need to see the video.
Well, no, Jack Hughes requested that it be kept private.
Okay, of course. But is it going to be kept private?
Well, the story got leaked out.
Of course.
That part's been leaked out.
Now there's going to be a hunt for the video.
That's true. All right, well, Sean doesn't think that opinion is that bad. Let's get to number 3. This one occurred from Gordon Damer doing the overnight.
Gordon
Damer with a very interesting, over-the-top, controversial opinion.
Them going out and signing Malik Willis will go down, even in Dolphin history, as one of the dumbest decisions any organization has ever made.
Wow.
Those two dopes who look like the same guy, they took over an organization in salary cap hell. They got stuck with a contract that was not of their own doing, right? They came in to clean up the mess.
I think his line that they look alike is hilarious.
That is funny.
So good.
And now,
it's so true, though.
I can't get it out of my head.
He might have simultaneously the "Are you kidding me?" worst take ever, but also simultaneously the funniest thing said on the radio station this week.
Well, here's the thing about the worst opinion, and this is where I think Gordon has a chance to not win, because it's not necessarily something you want to win. First of all, my understanding is he is a Dolphin fan. So this comes from a place of, like, raw animalistic opinion.
Yes.
So I respect his Dolphin fandom. We don't know that he's wrong yet.
No.
You know what I mean?
No
Like,
doubt.
Tommy saying Aaron Judge let America down, it's like, come on. Me saying this would be worse than the hockey thing. Like, in Gordon's defense, he could be right. Now, I happen to think he's wrong. I happen to think, and I hope he's right, by the way, too, as a Jet fan. I hope he's the most spot-on thing ever. So that's the thing that kind of helps him a little bit. Like, look, Malik Willis has started 6 games in the NFL. They paid him a lot of money. It could be a disaster, but it feels over the top to say it's going to be the worst signing in the history of football.
I'm looking at pictures of John Eric Sullivan, the new Dolphins general manager, and Jeff Hafley.
They look alike.
And he's so right.
That's a good one.
They have the same, maybe it's just because of the picture I'm looking at, they have the same expression on, but they look so much alike.
Now, that was, dude, I heard this.
They got the buzz cut. They both got buzz cuts or short hair and like a half, whatever, 5 o'clock shadow going on. That's funny.
I heard this in the overnight.
I think his take is wrong, by the way.
No, I think his take is wrong, too. He has a chance to be right.
Oh, of course he does.
If he's good age.
We have no idea what Malik Willis is going to look like as the starting quarterback for the Miami Dolphins. But, they're paying him $20-something million a year, 3 years, 60-something. But, it's not a gross overpay.
Right. It's. I would almost say, I know it's more than Justin Fields, but what if he's Justin Fields? We move on.
Right.
Where even if he isn't good, would it ever really go down as the worst free agent signing in the history of the NFL or the Dolphins? It would take a lot for it to get that far. But I was listening while I was at the gym at some absurd hour. It was like 5:30. That freaking line about Halfley and Eric Sullivan, I almost fell off the table I was on because I was doing stretching. It was so funny. So good job, Gordon. You made me laugh. And that's a candidate. Now let's get to the fourth candidate. For the very first time, Pete Hoffman of the Carton Show with Craig Carton and the Bloody Sock.
What did Hoffy do?
And so you will hear that Pete was so excited about this opinion, he requested formally to Craig that he make the opinion. And so Pete was given the floor to give this thought.
Now, Pete says he has a question for me, like he's a caller. But let's go to Pete at Eastchester. Pete, what do you got?
Hey, Craig, first time, long time. Sorry.
Yeah.
But serious question.
Go.
If you're in conversations with the Raiders, if you're in conversations with the Raiders for Geno Smith, why not say, you know what, screw the money, we'll take on everything. We want your first-round pick. We'll swap picks.
All right, now I'm confused by this. So if you're already talking to the Raiders, they're trying to get rid of Geno Smith.
Yes.
And you're going to say, you know what? Forget Geno. We want your first-round pick.
Well, you say, no, he's saying we'll absorb Geno's contract. We'll pay every dime.
And give you our second overall pick.
Yeah, we'll swap picks. Which is...
Why would they do that?
Because that's the problem. That's why Hoff may win this thing.
Right. They're getting rid of Geno Smith so they can draft Fernando Mendoza.
And he's saying, I'll offer them a chance to swap. So it's
that's a tough one.
It's an "Are you kidding me" from Pete Hoffman.
You know, what's tough about this from Hoff is I thought Lugar would be impossible to beat.
I agree.
To let the country down is such an asinine take, but at least...
Because half the country won't care.
Exactly. But
even the baseball-loving half of the country won't care.
But here's the difference, though, Tiki. At least with Tommy's, as asinine as it wasn't a waste of time. Pete's was both asinine and a complete waste of 20 seconds on this radio station.
So your selection as the biggest "Are you kidding me" of the week is Pete Hoffman suggesting in serious form that the Jets should try to ask the Raiders to swap one so they take back Geno Smith.
I hate saying this because Lugar's take is so "Are you kidding me?" But yeah, it's Hoffman's for me because of that. At least you could argue with Lugar and tell him he's ridiculous. It's not even worth arguing with Hoffman and telling him it's ridiculous.
Wow.
I almost got to agree.
I thought you were going to say
Let's go Yankees.
No, I think it's Hoff.
You're going Hoff as well?
It's got to be. Because it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
And you got to think about it. And then when you think about it, you're like, no.
Yeah.
Right. At least Lugar's as bad as it is, it's engaging. You know what I mean?
Wait, so you are, just to go back a few steps, you are completely eliminating my opinion about it being a national disgrace if we lose and ruining the hockey thing, and Gordon's opinion that the Malik
because
Willis...
that's backed up because Jack Hughes is giving them jerseys and motivating them and saying this is the biggest thing since sliced bread.
Evan, yours is a little over the top, but there is some truth to it. We're still living in this high of U.S.-Canada. It would be weird to lose our sport to Canada. And Gordon's, like you said... First of all, he had a funnier line than anybody else involved, which uplifts it. And number two, like, maybe it is. Maybe it does turn out.
Gordon could be right.
Right.
I mean, no, 1,000%. Like, that's the thing about opinions.
Right.
And as asinine as they sound in the moment, like, you could be right.
This is one of those weird weeks where Lugar could have won it any other week we did this.
All right, I'm going to completely agree with you guys because there are going to be people. All right, there are people out there right now who are listening to us who are into the WBC.
Right.
They're very much into it. And they will blame guys when they fail. Mm-hmm. And if they happen to be Yankee fans who, for whatever reason, are very tough on Judge, maybe because of some of his October failures, they probably would echo what Tommy says. All right, let us down. Right. I'm not saying it's the majority of people. It's certainly not.
But if you love the WBC and Judge strikes out with whatever, you're going to say, that's typical Judge.
Yeah, especially if you are a Yankee fan. See, I think it's more about the Yankee fan who already... And it's not all. Like, obviously, the Bloody Sock, Big Mac, loves Judge and trusts him.
Suck it!
But there are Yankee fans who just don't trust him.
Right.
Who look at Aaron Judge and say, hey, he's a great player that fails in the big spot. And if they're into the WBC and he fails, there will be some who say that. No one in their right mind thinks that telling the Raiders and John Spytek and Tom Brady, is it John Spytek?
Yes.
John Spytek and Tom Brady, hey, you know what? We're going to do you a favor. We got this great idea.
Yeah, we'll take this guy off your hands.
We'll take this off your hands, but you got to flip number 1 and number 2.
Right.
Like, it would have made more sense if Hoff said, and we're going to give you 5 number 1s. Right. Like, we're giving you this crazy trade. And by the way, the sweetener is we'll take Geno's contract.
Right.
So, yeah, I think I'm with you. We'll make it universal. Pete Hoffman is the winner of this week's Are You Kidding Me?
Congrats, Pete.
Congratulations,
Well done, Pete.
Yeah. The loser is Sean, because Andrew Kaplan did such a great job a few weeks ago of supplying you with 100 Are You Kidding Me's. And we haven't heard one over the course of this segment.
What do you mean 100 Are You Kidding Me?
All the Are You Kidding Me clips of Joe and Susan and everybody.
Oh, over the years.
Over the years.
Over the years, Are You Kidding Me?
That you could use right now in response to Pete Hoffman's opinion. We didn't hear any of them.
I don't know if my brain is shot. I have no recollection of what you're talking about.
The drop. Are You Kidding Me?
Yeah, he supplied a lot of Are You Kidding Me drops.
Not a bad... Not a bad take.
Yes.
The actual drop.
Hey, I gave you $1 million. The first day we ever did this, there were like 100 Are You Kidding Me?
The literal words, Are You Kidding Me?
Okay, I'm going through a drop folder. I see Kidding Me Joe B, Kidding Me Susan.
Yeah. Why don't you play a bunch of them right now?
Oh, okay, I remember.
Are you kidding me?
Hey, Pete Hoffman.
Are you kidding me?
Pete Hoffman, good job.
Kidding me?
You're kidding me, right?
You got to be kidding me.
Okay. All right. I admit, I forgot those, but remember, I wasn't here last week. We didn't do it the week before. It's been 3 weeks.
I understand.
That's a bad job by you.
Let's go.
You got to remind me.
Always my fault. Let's go to Calvin in Washington Heights. What's shaking, Calvin?
Hey, Evan, how you doing, man?
What's up, man?
I'm a huge fan into the WBC. What's up, Tinky? How you doing? Everything good with you, man?
No complaints.
All right. I have a huge thing on when I'm excited about this WBC. It's one of the most exciting things in baseball. Juan Soto's killing. He's prime time, by the way. He loves those. He's like a Kobe, Michael Jordan, in fact, when it comes to offense. He's one of these players that rises up in the heat of the moment. He's actually the only player that you can walk Aaron Judge like the Dodgers did in the World Series and pitch to this Judge instead of not pitching to him. But the point that I was calling is, man, in this WBC, to be honest, how serious countries take it. I'll give you the opinion. You're the guy that screened the call. He just mentioned this is the sport of the U.S. Well, in most in the Dominican point of view or Japan, I'll use the Dominican Republic. They feel that we're the best in the sport. So if you lose, you don't have the best pitchers, but you do have the best positioned players in the game. So you losing, it's like you're letting the whole country down because you have the best talent. Mm-hmm. You even don't have one of the best players not playing, Jose Ramirez. You have Ellie De La Cruz that could be related to Tiki Barber because he'll be like the perfect running back in the NFL with his athleticism.
Right,
but the point what I'm trying to say, but the point I'm trying to say, the country, you are leaving the whole country down by losing. You have the president going up to Juan Soto before the game and talking to the team. That's how much pressure they have into winning.
Yeah.
But I love it because the more pressure these players play with, they play at the highest peak. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
And it's actually was cool, the bet that Juan Soto and Acuna Jr. did. Whoever lost had to wear the opposing country's jersey. I don't know if you saw that.
Yes.
Acuna had to wear the hat right away.
Yes. Yeah, because DR beat Venezuela, and they're both advanced, so they could very well play each other again in the finals. Yeah, it's weird because baseball's our sport because we invented it. Mm-hmm. Baseball's our sport because we house Major League Baseball.
Right.
But baseball isn't our sport in terms of do we love it the most? Because we love football the most. Mm-hmm. In the DR, they love baseball the most. In Puerto Rico, I know it's not a country, not to get into that old mic debate from an hour ago.
It's a territory of the U.S.
It's a territory, but if you separate it and ask, hey, that territory, they love baseball the most.
Right. Japan, probably the same.
Japan loves baseball the most.
Mm-hmm.
I love baseball. It's my favorite sport. But I also understand we love football more.
Right.
So when we talk about it's our sport, what is it really based on? Like hockey, yes, it's Canada's favorite sport. And we beat them at their favorite sport, their sport. But when we talk about America or baseball being our sport, ask yourself, why is it our sport?
I would think it's our sport because
we invented it.
Well, but more against the world, we are the best at executing.
Are we, though?
Because football, no, we're not. Because Japan, this is why we think it is.
Right.
Because we think we execute it the best of any country. But football, we clearly do.
Yeah.
Mainly because no other country plays football.
For now.
That
may change, just like it changed in baseball.
Exactly. So, but I think we think that we execute baseball, play it better than any other country, even though I think Japan is starting to rival that.
Well, and
certainly the DR.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the rosters, like pound for pound, if this was not an event in March, but it was the whole season, right? We decided, scrapping Major League Baseball is just going to be a tournament of countries. Yeah, I think we have the best roster, but we also have the most people living here.
Right.
So we have a greater pool of people. But it's not that far off. Like, the DR is really good. Venezuela is really good. Japan, as you said, and there's a lot of unknown to that, is really good. So when it comes to the talent, it's close, even if we're the best. But it's not the most popular sport in the country anymore. And
that's a fact.
That is a fact. And in those other countries, it is.
Right.
So whenever we utter it's our sport, why are we saying it? Because we invented it? Which was 140 years ago?
But I think it can change, because think about hockey. Was it always Canada, or was it Russia?
Well, it is definitely spread, but Canada as well was invented in Canada in 1875. It is a Canadian sport that's spread elsewhere, just like baseball was invented here, and it is spread elsewhere.
But wasn't Russia the best for a while?
Hey, Sean, you'd have to tell me that. Like, where are the best players in hockey? They all from? Would you say it's Russia?
It's more spread out than ever. I would still say Canada first and foremost. But
now I'm talking about
now
at points in history. Was
Russia? Yeah, I mean, yes, but there was a difference. Not every Russian player at the time was in the NHL, but in the 90s you had a big influx.
I'm just talking about from a country perspective. The best players in the world in the 80s came from
Russia or Canada.
Right.
Yeah, but keep this in mind, and this is important. So in the United States, we have about 340 million people living here.
Yes.
In Japan, there's about 120 million people. So we have significantly more people living in the U.S. than than Japan, I should say. So we have a bigger pool of people. If you compare the amount of people living in Russia versus the amount of people in Canada, they dwarf Canada.
True.
So once they start liking the sport, they're always just going to have a bigger pool of people and players. But the point is, I love this country and I love this sport. And I'm wearing my USA hockey jersey today to celebrate USA baseball. But it really...
Jack, you send that to you?
Boomer Esiason did.
Got it.
Thank you very much, Boomer Esiason.
Quit being a puss, Boomer Esiason.
Nah, that's not nice. He gave me a beautiful jersey. Beautiful jersey. It's really not our sport anymore. That's my point. Unless you define it being our sport based on, MLB is showcased here and we invented it. But it's not the most popular sport. Our talent level is not that much more than everybody else. And yes, as our last caller said, it means more to Japan, Dominican Republic, Venezuela, and Puerto Rico, and probably Cuba if they advanced, to win more so than it does for us. That's just a fact.
I'd argue Mexico, too.
Mexico, too? I don't think it's the most popular sport in Mexico, though.
No, but I think
it's probably soccer.
But you wouldn't argue it would mean more?
Yeah, it'd probably mean more, but those other countries I mentioned and the territory of Puerto Rico, their favorite sport is baseball. By a lot. What's the favorite sport of Americans right now?
Football.
Yeah, it's not us.
Not if we keep playing games every day, but
no, it'll always be football. Trust me, you guys. It's a big,
even if it's
league.
Oversaturated. We'll love football.
That is true. We'll get back to your calls coming up. 888-808-1019 is the toll-free number. We'll hear from the USA manager Mark DeRosa and how he made his situation far worse. And Sean's got a Cinco de Luncho coming up. You know, it's almost tournament time. We're almost there. And this March, Fanatics Sportsbook app has 10 times the rewards. Starting round one, they're giving you 10 profit boosts every single tournament game day. That means first round, second round, round of 16, all the way down to the last four in the national championship. 10 chances every game day to level up your winnings. But that's not all. Your bet earns up to 10% fan cash back, which you can use on anything in the Fanatics universe. We're talking about team gear, tickets, collectibles, and a whole lot more. Plus, if you're new to Fanatics Sportsbook, you can get up to $1,000 bet matched in fan cash for your first 10 days. It's time to shoot your shot. The tournament hits different with Fanatics Sportsbook. Must be 21 and over. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. New York residents, call 8778-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. Connecticut residents, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org.
Would you like a smart home security system that's combining safety, convenience, and peace of mind and be able to manage it right from your phone? Well, you should try out the Sloman Shield Link system. I recently had this installed, and I got to tell you, the control over all things House Tiki, whether it's the cameras, whether it's the garage door opening, the lighting. In fact, if I leave my house and forget to lock the doors, all I got to do is turn on the alarm, and everything locks by itself. The best part of this system is that the engineers at Sloman's will design it however you see fit. Experience the future of home security and automation with the Sloman Shield Link system. Call 1-800-ALARM-ME. That's 1-800-ALARM-ME or visit slomans.com.
And this portion of the program was sponsored by Kalshi. Trade on anything. The film awards are almost here, and now you could trade on what happens. Who wins Best Picture, Best Actor? Chalamet is at 50%, while DiCaprio's at 7%. A potential 14 times payout. Download the Kalshi app. Use code FAN to get $10 when you trade $10. Kalshi. Trade on anything.
Why does it matter to members that Aetna was named a Best Medicare Advantage company by U.S. News & World Report? Because they chose a plan that gives them real support, real people, and real care. We show up on calls with members and doctors' offices when needed. We show up with access to convenient care options and coverage that fits everyday life. We don't show up for awards. We show up for you. And showing up for you is how healthier happens together.
IKEA presents Keep It or Let It Go.
I stood out in the rain for 10 hours for these sneakers. I called in sick to get them, and then I actually got sick. Now I won't even wear them if there's a chance of rain. How ironic and sad. But still, how could I get rid of something I treat better than myself?
With the PAX wardrobe from IKEA, you can proudly display your sneakers. And with delivery and assembly, you don't even have to leave your home. So don't sell anything you love. Store it instead. Shop bedroom storage at ikea.us/bedroom storage. Dream the possibilities.
Hi, this is John Starks. At John Starks Kia, we don't play games. No gimmicks, no tricks, no hidden fees, no surprises, and no money down. Lease a new 26 Kia Sportage for just $299 a month with zero due at signing. Or get 0% APR up to 48 months. What we say is what it is, period. See you at John Starks Kia in Queens.
36-month lease excludes tax, title, and MV fees. No security deposit required. 10,000 miles per year. Must finance through Kia Finance America. $20.83 per month per 1,000 financed. Upon approved credit on select models. Expires March 31st.
The Chase Ink Business Premier Card is made for people who make things happen. Like me. I'm Sam, founder and CEO of Manifest, a product design company that makes everyday products designed smarter. I get 2.5% cash back on purchases of $5,000 or more, plus unlimited 2% cash back on all other purchases, which helps us make more smart ideas into a brilliant reality.
The Ink Business Premier Card. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Cards issued by J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
If you're in the market for a great deal on Toyo tires, get to Town Fair Tire for your absolute best deal. Because at Town Fair Tire, you get the guaranteed lowest price on any Toyo tire. Plus, you get free services for life. And we honor all valid Toyo tire rebates. For the absolute best deal on Toyo tires, get to Town Fair Tire. Because nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. And I mean nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
At quarterback, calling the right play could change the whole game. And when your car breaks down, same idea. Make the right call before the big repair bill hits. CarShield helps protect you from expensive auto repairs. Plans include 24/7 roadside assistance, towing, and rental car options, all to keep your drive alive. Look, breakdowns happen, but choosing CarShield, that's the easiest call you'll make all day.
Visit carshield.com now and join the team that's helped millions of drivers save. Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at carshield.com.
The Travelers Championship. This is the place to see Keegan Bradley, Justin Rose, and Tommy Fleetwood. June 24th through the 28th. For tickets, visit travelerschampionship.com.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber with a special message for New York businesses looking to diversify your income. Amazon Hub Delivery is making it easy to earn extra money. When you partner with Amazon Hub Delivery, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area. With each package delivered, delivered, you'll gain extra income and exposure for your business. There's no upfront cost, no delivery experience, and no long-term contracts required. Sign up to learn more at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
Hey, did you know Verizon Home Internet covers more homes with faster speeds across the country than any other provider? Now you can get award-winning Fios Internet for just $20 a month for 3 years. Switch today and enjoy savings you can count on. Verizon Home Internet consists of Fios and 5G Home. Availability varies. Comparison based on FCC BDS data of home internet providers with download speeds over 50 megabytes per second, June 2025. Limited time offer for eligible new customers. Fios $20 per month plan with auto pay, mobile phone plan, mobile plus home, and bonus discount. Enrollment required. 3-year price guarantee. Applies only to the then current base monthly rate for Fios. Additional terms may apply.
Hey everyone, Boomer here. If you love eating great food as much as I do, you have to listen up. The Chef IQ wireless thermometer and the mini oven are must-haves in your kitchen. The thermometer helps perfectly cook your chicken, fish, or meat, and the oven is an all-in-one hero that bakes, broils, air fries, toasts, and more. I've been telling you now for the last year about these great products and how they've changed my life, so now it's time to change yours. These are amazing products at amazing values. Go to chefiq.com and don't forget to use the code word BOOMER to save big at checkout. That's code word BOOMER at chefiq.com.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hard-working partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Hey, Metro New York. Ready for real savings? Switch to Allstate today. Because drivers who switched saved an average of $713 on their auto insurance. So, what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for an auto insurance quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. Based on the national average annual savings for new customers surveyed in 2024, savings vary, subject to terms and availability.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
This Fan Focus is sponsored by Chef IQ, precision cooking, effortless results, chefiq.com. The G-Men are not done shopping today. They have just recently re-signed or signed back their former safety, Jason Pinnock. He's coming back to the Giants on a vet minimum deal, adds to the Giants safety room, of which they have 4 now. And in former Jets news, Bryce Huff retired suddenly from the NFL yesterday. He'll now start a tech business that, among other technologies, will help fight lithium battery fires. And Robert Saleh can't get enough of former Jets as safety Tony Adams has agreed to a deal with Tennessee.
It's getting weird. It's getting weird what the Titans are doing.
Do you know anybody else? Except your former guys?
Here's the thing about Robert Saleh and Brian Daboll. They both deserve these jobs. Like, Robert Saleh deserves a second chance. Yes. I'm totally with you on that. Brian Daboll, of course, an OC for a good young quarterback. No doubt about it. But I don't understand why 2 failed head coaches, and ultimately they were failed head coaches,
right,
are obsessed with their former players and bringing the band back together. I find that very, very strange. By the way, I don't know if you saw this, and I was not fully aware of it till the other day, but the Big 12 decided to have LED courts, right?
Yeah.
So they decided to put these new courts down, which are kind of cool because it can display graphics and all sorts of, I guess, interesting things for the viewers. But apparently the players thought the courts were too slippery, and it caused a big controversy. And finally the Big 12 got rid of it after just a couple of days of the Big 12 tournament.
Wow.
But I do think that's the future. LED courts.
I'm with you.
Really?
No doubt. They gotta perfect it, obviously, keep it safe, make it good.
Right.
But moving the lines, putting logos up, like, think about it, during every commercial break of the action, they could take all the lines off the court and do full advertisements, like it's a TV screen.
Yeah.
I can totally see that.
That's in game. Do you really care about it?
I don't know. Personally, I don't care about it. I'm just telling you it's the future.
Because I know baseball does this, but you only see it on the television broadcast. Right, on the back of the mound, there's always some logo.
Yes, you don't see that at the game.
You don't see it at the game.
Yeah.
So, are you going to really care in the stadium?
No, you know where it comes into play. I do think eventually we're going to get in the future where the 3-point line is not consistent in a game, and I think you do that on those LED courts.
Where that crazy idea Paul Pierce had, taking the line away.
This makes it possible. It's not even taking it away. You could decide.
Move it.
You know what? Last 2 minutes in the game, it either gets moved up or moved back. Like, you could do that with the LED cord.
Paul Pierce had that crazy idea.
Yeah, I don't know if you were here for that day, but
I was. But he said to take them away at certain points in the game. I'm not even saying taking them away.
No, but in fairness, I remember Tiki's first response is, how do you do that? Well, here's your answer. LED cord.
I don't think it's that crazy.
No, I think it is the future. Unfortunately for the Big 12, it didn't work in this tournament. St. John's Seton Hall later today, which is pretty cool because I'm trying to figure out, Seton Hall's not a tournament team right now. They were 10-10 in the Big East. They lost to St. John's twice. If they beat St. John's, though, in the Big East tournament, is that enough to enhance their resume? Now, obviously, they can win a few more games, win the Big East tournament, and make it easy. But, yeah, it kind of feels like the Pirates need a victory today to keep their hopes alive and maybe ensure themselves a surprise ticket to the NCAA tournament.
Are they going to pull off the upset, Evan?
Oh, God.
Thanks for that, Sean. Now, at least entertain us with a Cinco de Luncho.
Okay, just let me hit this. But again, that was worth it.
So not ready.
Somebody's in the booth. Somebody hide the castle. Optics, flying phones ringing, Evans yelling. No! Tiki's laughing, chaos cracking. Nobody's in control. It's Cinco de Roncho. Bam! Crunch! Let's go!
Happy Friday for a Cinco de Luncho. Cinco de Luncho brought to you by Helix Wireless, connecting everything, everywhere. I woke up this morning. The first things I saw on social media as I hit my throne at 6 o'clock this morning.
Yes.
A lot of talk about how today was Friday the 13th. Be careful. It's Friday the 13th.
By the way, before you continue, it's the second consecutive month that featured a Friday the 13th.
Is that true?
Yeah, because February, remember, is 28 days, so it's an even kind of falling of dates.
And I was inundated with reminders that, remember, the world shut down on Friday, March 13th in 2020. 6 years ago today was like the big everything shut down. And be careful, spooky things happen. And I said nothing happens, which got me thinking, what are the 5 dumbest superstitions? Here we go.
Here we go!
Number 5.
Knocking on wood. We all do it.
We all do it.
Why do we do it? It's stupid. It doesn't change anything.
That really is a bad one. Where does that even come from?
I don't know, but we all do it. Why do we do it?
Go down that rabbit hole.
There goes Tiki. There goes Tiki down the rabbit hole.
I know that I do it
in the rabbit hole
to protect myself from saying something that, like for example, I protect myself from saying, how should the Mets handle a 6-man rotation, knowing guys can get hurt? And maybe more on this later. Shamania's velocity being down would certainly be worrying. So you say, knock on wood. So I think the knock on wood is more to protect yourself from other people blaming you for something bad happening.
Yeah, but they're going to blame you anyway. They're not going to go, you know what? Let's not blame Evan. He knocked on wood.
Right. One theory suggests it stems from ancient pagan traditions where people believed good spirits lived in trees. Knocking on wood was a way to call upon them.
Wow, so it's a pagan thing.
Wow. Or the Christian context is another interpretation links it to touching wooden crucifixes for protection.
Wow.
Evan, Tiki, be prepared for this rabbit. We're only at number 5. All right, here we go.
Number 4.
I don't know where it came from.
Opening an umbrella only outside. Don't you dare open that umbrella inside before walking out.
Yeah,
or
but what's
bad
the worst?
luck.
What's the worst that's going to happen? It's going to rain on you. It's just water.
Okay, but what's the worst that's going to happen if you start to open it inside?
You're not going to be able to get out of the door.
Yeah, you won't fit.
I have tested this before.
You
just walk it outside.
It is an odd superstition, but to me, it's more about what Tiki said, which is I need to fit outside the door.
Okay, but that's not why people don't do it.
I know, I agree.
You have like your grandmother, don't do it!
Yeah.
You know, bad luck. What are we talking about? All right, here we go.
Number 3.
I don't know why you would open it indoors.
So that you don't have to open it outdoors and get wet, despite you saying it's only water.
Of opening it. You're not even allowed to do that. All right, number 3 for me is Friday the 13th being scary. We get it. There was a movie. Move on. There's nothing.
And that's all it's based on, right? Just the movie? That's where it comes from.
Is it?
Well, where did the Unlucky 13 come from? Because obviously that started it.
It's part of it.
I don't know. Have you watched Friday the 13th, the original?
No.
Not a long time.
Right. Do you know? It's about Jason, right?
Yeah.
Is that Freddy Krueger or something else?
No, Freddy Krueger's Nightmare on Elm Street. So it's about Jason.
Right.
So I went back because my younger daughter, for whatever reason, loves scary stuff. She's who I took. She was my date for Stranger Things.
Right.
And so we watched that movie. Jason is not in the movie.
Really?
Yes.
So what's he doing?
He's not in the movie.
Oh, is he in the sequel? Is that why?
Yes.
Ah.
It's the mom. And so Jason doesn't get introduced until later.
How about that?
And by the way, it does not hold up.
In terms of what?
Of fright, it doesn't. I was so disappointed because I remember as a kid watching it thinking, oh my God, Jason, it's about Friday the 13th. And I watched it as an adult, 50-year-old saying, dude, this is terrible.
Our technology's advanced too hard to be scared of old stuff like that. There's not enough in there.
It did not hold up. And I didn't remember that Jason is not even in the movie.
Yeah. So if anything scary happens to you today, it's nothing to do with the date. That's it.
No, that's right. And especially not getting killed.
Here we go. The next two I think are undeniable.
Abandoned camp.
Number 2.
Number 2 is don't step on a sidewalk crack.
Yeah. Or you break your mother's back. Isn't that what it is? Your mother or your grandma's crack?
No, Tiki. Well, don't talk about your grandmother's crack. Tiki, is that what it is? Tiki, you jog all the time. You ever skip over a crack in the sidewalk?
No.
I see people walking. They're still skipping over those cracks.
No, I'd never do that.
And in baseball, don't touch that line. It's the same thing. That's the sidewalk crack.
Yeah, it's kind of the same superstition. It's very strange.
It's so stupid. And last but not least,
Number 1.
the dumbest superstition of all superstitions. Birthday wish when blowing out your candles. Nothing you say when you blow out those candles or think in your head is coming true. And even further, this dumber superstition, don't tell us what your wish is.
I know, dude. For 42 years, I have wished for the same thing, and it still hasn't happened.
Yeah.
The New York Mets winning a World Series. The New York Jets winning a Super Bowl. The Brooklyn, then New Jersey Nets winning a championship. I've wished it every birthday. And what have I gotten?
Nothing. So
Zero.
there you go. Your 5 worst superstitions. Enjoy your Friday the 13th.
All right, thank you, Sean. By the way, there is something bad that happened on Friday the 13th. On Friday, May 13th, 1994, the Mets played a Friday night game against the Atlanta Braves that night, and I got felled on by 2 drunk men who were in a fist fight.
I think it's fallen.
Two fallen men.
Fallen on.
I got fallen on, and I think I've told this story briefly before, but and that's really where it started my back issues, long before the bike accident. I got crushed by 2 guys. They got into a fist fight, and they fell on top of me. And I had to leave the game early, which is not something I wanted to do. And then the next day, the Mets gave me a ball that they claimed Bobby Bonilla hit over the fence for a home run. That's what they claimed. And what's crazy is that
verifiable?
Well, here's the problem.
And do you still have it?
In that game, Bobby Bonilla went 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts. So if they gave me a home run ball, it was from a different game, which is possible.
Wow.
Right.
But yeah.
You know what I find crazy about that? And the irony of all ironies? Blowing out candles, that night was my 7th birthday.
Did you wish that some random Met fan would get fallen on by 2 drunk men?
I probably hated the Mets way more then. I probably said, I hope something bad happens at this Met game, and it came true for you.
There you go. My biggest issue is that I had to leave early. I wanted to finish scoring the game, and I have not recovered that scorecard. I don't know where it is. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
That's the lost scorecard.
That's crazy. You probably left it on the ground. You were
It
crying.
disappeared. It's gone. I mean, my dad didn't pick it up. He was concerned about me, which I appreciate. And I got to pick up the scorecard. He didn't know all these years later his son would write a dopey book. That would have definitely made the book. The unfinished scorecard from when 2 drunk guys fell on top of me?
Don't you need to rewatch that game and do a Rico on it?
It's a great idea.
Score it.
The question is, and I'll let you do this as we go to the calls, see if May 13th, 1994 exists on YouTube. Because there are a lot of random games on YouTube, Tiki. Right. I don't know about that one.
Right.
That'd be the most random. Let's get to your phone calls. We do appreciate you waiting. 888-808-1019. Joe is in Newtown, Pennsylvania. What's up, Joe?
Hey, guys. Great to hear the show any time of the day.
Thank you, man.
2 things. One, Tiki draft, and 2, Evan, about those Brooklyn Nets. Tiki, Harbaugh seems to want to build up the running game. Makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
But if you're running the draft, are you looking defense in the first couple of rounds? What do you want to do?
I think they need impact players on defense. So yes, my thought is defense, and if the right receiver falls to you, but again, they dressed that a little bit with Calvin Austin, who they just signed. He's had a weird career in Pittsburgh because they haven't. I mean, the quarterback play has been bad over the last couple of years, and Aaron Rodgers, as good as he kind of was last year, just he didn't gel with them. So. I'm thinking defense, but I could see them if they go wide receiver as well.
Yeah, no, I agree. And Evan, Nets, and it's really more about the whole tanking thing. You may have seen this. The Pacers rested everybody last night, so they'd have everybody to play the Knicks tonight.
Right.
And I think the Jazz got fined a couple weeks ago for this.
Yeah.
And I think other teams certainly should. And then just Evan, quickly, so while I'm a Knicks fan, I admire the work you guys do. My son and I are going to see Nets in Oklahoma City next week at the Barclays Center. And if you're there, we'd love to try to say hello for 2 minutes if you were available.
I'll tell you where I'm sitting, because there is a good chance I'm going to be there. 225 is my seasons, and that is the current plan. I'll leave it at that. Actually, I won't leave it at that. My son needs to behave. Right. That's really what it comes down to. Like, Jed has asked me numerous times, I want to go to a Nets game. I want to go to a Nets game. I was like, of course. It's the schedule is different in that you would think it's easier to go to games, but from where I live to Brooklyn is so painful. It's like a 2-hour trip, so I really got to pick my spots. And so I gave my son, I actually brought this up to Tiki last week. I said, so Jed really wants to go to a game.
Yeah.
What do you think's the better game to take him to? The Grizzlies winnable game or the Thunder, the defending NBA champs? And you were like, go see the good team.
Yeah.
So
you have to.
Yeah.
And if you beat them, then you're really excited.
Well,
and
not in this
tanking. If you
tanking.
lose, then maybe Shea becomes his favorite player.
I know. You know, it's funny. He likes the Oklahoma City Thunder for 2 reasons. He's a Net fan, but likes the Oklahoma City Thunder for 2 reasons. Number one, really interested in tornadoes. And Oklahoma has a lot of them.
Really? Why is he interested in tornadoes?
Big weather patterns and World War II are right now Jed's biggest interests.
Tornadoes are actually fascinating. I'm into them, too.
They are. Dude, these World War II videos.
Has he watched,
Is Twister and Twisters.
Twister.
Yep.
Has he watched Twister?
Yeah.
And he liked it?
Into it, yeah.
Did he see Twisters?
I don't think we
that
saw
was
that.
recent, though.
Yeah,
That
that was a recent
last
one.
year. I actually think he'd like it.
Yeah.
It's more updated and better.
Yeah, he's definitely into that. And these World War II videos are just like, I'm getting peppered with questions about Hitler and the Soviet Union. And it's just, no, I like it. It's history, but it's tough history.
Is he old enough to watch Nuremberg?
I think so. You know what?
Nuremberg's on Netflix.
Here's the thing. If you're going to learn about World War II, and he's 9 years old, you got to learn about World War II.
Yeah.
I mean,
Can't sugarcoat it.
No, I mean, we're learning about Hitler. He's a horrible guy. Like, he's learning that right now. He should. I mean, so it's tough. Like, yeah, there's certain things you're like, oh, man, I don't want to teach him that. But if you're going to learn about this stuff, and you will learn about this stuff, you got to know about our history.
Right.
And because the other thing, and this is where I went down the road of, I started getting depressed about us. He's like, what if Japan didn't bomb us? I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, when would we have entered the war? And I'm like, eventually, he's like, we didn't know what Hitler was doing to people and the concentration camps and Jewish people. And I said, we knew. And he said, well, why don't we fight them? And I'm like, Jesus. Yeah, it's a great question.
Right.
I wish I had the best answer for it. What is the answer? Like,
isn't a good
seriously,
one.
I mean, I hate to go down that dark place, but that when your kids are asking you good questions about our history, and look, we weren't doing the bad things, but we also weren't stopping it.
Yeah.
Like, those are tough questions, bro.
It's why people, in some ways, justify what's happening in Iran.
I understand. Look, I get it, man. Sometimes you don't know when you have to throw the punch,
right?
If you will. And so I love this part of being a dad because I'm giving them the honest answers, but some of the questions are really good. They don't have
it's
an easy
it's
answer.
hard to give the answer without injecting your opinion.
Exactly. Should I tell him, well, Roosevelt, he was selfish?
Yeah, because then you're putting an opinion on it. I think you just have to give him the unobjectionable facts.
And that's what I try to do. I really try to give the unobjectionable facts.
Right.
Like, because even he asks me about what's going on today, and I try to do the same thing. I don't want to inject my opinions, which are crazy and all over the place, onto my 9-year-old. I want him to formulate his own opinion.
Right.
And so I tell him, okay, this is the deal. This is the deal. But even when you're doing that, you're still kind of putting your opinion on it as much as you tried not to. Let's go to Rick in Point Pleasant. What's up, Rick?
Hey, what's up, guys? Yeah, I got a bone to pick with Evan, that anti-American narc.
What's anti-American? I love this country. That we don't own baseball anymore? Is that what's offending you?
Yeah, very much so.
Okay. And by the way,
I got a quiz for you.
Keep this in mind as we argue this. I am sitting here wearing my Team USA hockey jersey because I'm pumped up for tonight where we're going to kick some ass and hopefully win a championship. So before you attack my patriotism, I just want you to know that. Now go ahead.
Yeah. I just want a quick quiz. Give me the 5 countries with the most MLB players.
USA by a lot. USA would be one. I think they had probably, if I had to guess, like 75% of Major League Baseball players are from the United States.
Yeah, there you go. And that should close your whole argument on why we own baseball.
No, but it doesn't. No, but Rick, before you go, here's the second argument you didn't bring up. It's not our most popular sport anymore, and yet half of these countries we're playing it is. How do you respond to that?
I respond if it was our most popular sport, then we would be 99.9%.
No, but all you're doing is arguing the "are we still the best at it" point, which I said earlier, we probably still are, but it's very, very close. And our advantage is the great amount of people that live here. Think about the people that live in the United States versus the amount of people that live in the DR versus Japan. We have an advantage on why we're better. That advantage in terms of the amount of people doesn't match the talent.
Right.
What you can't argue, or you could just say it's irrelevant, is football is our most popular sport. In the DR and in Japan, it's baseball by a lot.
Right.
So when I say to you it's not our sport anymore, if that's one of the arguments I'm using, how do you combat that? And the truth is you can't. You can't.
Right.
And I wish baseball was our most popular sport. That's my first love. That's what got me into sports. I love baseball. But I also call it like it is. Let's go to Robert in Brooklyn. Hey, Robert. Robert is gone. We'll go to Rob in Staten Island. Hey, Rob.
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
Yep.
All's good.
So I was calling in about the Bam thing, right?
Yep.
When I was watching the game, I was wondering why he just couldn't stop at 71 to honor Kobe. Why do you have to go to 73 with those fake free throws?
You mean 81? 81.
I mean 81. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah. I mean, look, I think I didn't.
Wouldn't that been a better story? Nobody would have said anything.
It's actually the one that
it's a great point, by the way.
Broadcasters, and I didn't hear this. I just heard about this.
The Heat announcers thought he was honoring Kobe. Yep.
Thought that he was going to honor Kobe because he's obviously he loved Kobe, as most NBA players that are of that generation did, and he was going to stop at 81. In fact, they were reporting that was going to happen, and it looked like they were going to do that, and then he obviously stayed in and broke the record. So. I get why this is becoming a big story to talk about, because now Kobe is not, the second in the history in the record books. But it's not like we're gonna all of a sudden forget about Kobe Bryant.
We're not. And look, he's right.
And we probably won't remember Bam Adebayo did this unless you look in a history book a decade from now.
Well, there's two things about this. I think our caller's right that if Bam Adebayo wanted to be beloved this week, he would have stopped at 81 and said it's an honor to share this with Kobe Bryant.
Yes.
If he wants to break the record because he's got a chance to break that record, then he's going to do it, and that's what he did, and that's what he wanted to do. It doesn't make him a bad guy. It just makes him more controversial. In terms of how this is going to be remembered, here's the way I view this. Who's hit the most home runs in a single season in Major League Baseball history? The answer is Barry Bonds. But to many,
they think it's Aaron Judge.
It's not Barry Bonds.
Right.
Exactly. To many, it's Aaron Judge, and before that, Roger Maris. Who's hit the most home runs of all time? It's Barry Bonds, but to many, it's still Hank Aaron. And I think the way we work in sports is our brains are smart enough to determine how we feel about certain things.
Yeah, but the problem with what you were just talking about, like who we remember in baseball, those were all-time great players. Bam Adebayo is not an all-time great scorer.
Roger Maris was not an all-time great player, which is why early on, it changed. But early on when he was chasing Babe's record, there was rejection to Roger Maris doing it, especially because he was doing it with Mickey Mantle, and then Mickey got hurt and he ended up not doing it. Roger Maris, the rumors are, or not the rumors, the legend is, he got booed and people didn't like that he was breaking that record. So it happens.
It's a different era. It's just different.
No, but you know what else, Teak? Time heals all wounds. And so I think for our generation, me, you, Craig, Sean, Gio, everybody around here, we are going to view Bam Adebayo's record as, it's fugazi. 40 years from now?
Right.
I don't know about that. 40 years from now, maybe Bam Adebayo's got the second most points in the history of the NBA.
Right.
Things change. I don't have an emotional attachment to Roger Maris. Neither does Sean as a Yankee fan.
Nope.
So once the next generation occurs, you're just like, hey, it's 61. It's great. It's awesome. But back then it was Roger Maris.
Right.
Are you kidding me?
I only felt bad for him after watching the Billy Crystal movie. I'm serious.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
In relation to this, and this is kind of a tough one. Remember how Jazz Chisholm says he wants to go 50-50?
Yeah.
What if Jazz Chisholm had a historic season this year? Okay.
How historic are we talking?
Like, he starts chasing 60. All of a sudden, Jazz Chisholm is having like this out of nowhere amazing season. And now he's about to break Aaron Judge's record. You guys got the division wrapped up. The games don't matter. Will there be a part of you that says, hey, Jazz, you're a free agent at the end of
not. Break it.
Yeah.
You would say, bro, okay.
100%. Break it.
Okay.
Make Judge have to break it again.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
No, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. I'm trying to come up with an equivalence in 2026 to have you guys say, I don't know. And you guys are both not saying that, which is fine. I'm just asking.
I love that Judge did that, but I don't like hold that sacred to me. It doesn't. I feel nothing when I think of Aaron Judge hitting 62.
Even with a player who could very well just be gone next year and you don't have an attachment to.
No, don't have a hell of a season. That'd be cool.
I'm trying to think if there's someone else that would kind of fit the bill. I get, you know what? If Juan Soto did it the 1 year he was here, would that add to any bitterness that he was here for 1 year, broke the record, a sacred record, and then left?
It's hard for me to
say. Would that be different?
Going to the Mets, maybe.
Right.
I'd be like, you did this to Judge, and then maybe. But in reality, it's ridiculous. Like, you had a great season, and I appreciate
Juan Soto.
Okay. I'm just trying to come up with the equivalent of it.
Evan, I think the difference is we don't have the emotional championship ties to players like that right now, and I think that changes things. Mickey Mantle was a different breed back then.
Aaron Judge, you don't have an emotional attachment to?
Well, I have an emotional attachment with Aaron Judge, and I love that he hit 62, but I don't know. I'm not going to get all bent out of shape because his teammate beat him.
What if Aaron Boone continues to manage, win a lot of games, and never win a World Series, and he starts passing all-time Yankee managers on the wins list despite not having a championship? Would that bother you?
I'd have to first know who was at the top of the wins list to care.
Shut up, Tubby.
Okay, fair enough. We'll come back with more of your calls. Plus, Mark DeRosa made things worse compared to what he said earlier this week and not understanding what was on line for the USA. We'll get to that. Idiots with idioms in the final hour. We'll set you up for your sports weekend. 888-808-1019.
This Drive Around the League with Tiki Barber is brought to you by Amazon Hub Delivery. Visit Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. Former Arizona quarterback Kyler Murray is signing with the Minnesota Vikings after being released by the Cardinals. Despite not being available for much of the last year due to a foot injury, the pairing of the former NFL Rookie of the Year and Kevin O'Connell, a former NFL Coach of the Year, could create palpable excitement. Perceptually, the Vikings QB room will be a competition between Murray and 2024 first-round pick J.J. McCarthy, whose first 2 years have been filled with injuries and some horrible film. The reality is that Kyler should be the starter because he's proven that he can be a dynamic playmaker in this league. And given the offensive talent in the room, Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and tight end T.J. Hawkinson, given the play design and calling of their head coach, given that Kyler Murray is looking for a redemption tour, this Viking offense has a huge potential to be one of the best in the league. This is the Drive Around the League, sponsored by Amazon Hub Delivery. Visit Amazon.com/Hub Delivery.
Talk sports after hours with Tommy Lugauer, 7 to midnight. WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, an Odyssey sports station.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
The Boston Celtics might have lost last night in Oklahoma City against the Thunder, but I walk away from that game feeling really, really good about Boston. No Jason Tatum in that game, and yes, no Jalen Williams for Oklahoma City, but the fact that Jaylen Brown went toe-to-toe with SGA, making that fall-away jumper at the end to tie it at 102 before OKC won it, I think speaks very well to Boston's chances in the playoffs. I'm Nick Costos.
I need a little ranch, step to the ranch.
There's a new flavor in town, the Jalapeno Ranch Club at Chick-fil-A. With that juicy Chick-fil-A original spicy or grilled chicken, a buttermilk ranch bun, candied bacon, pepper jack cheese, and jalapeno ranch sauce. It's got big ranch vibes with a little heat. Chick-fil-A's new Jalapeno Ranch Club, available for a limited time only. Order ahead on the Chick-fil-A app.
If you need a new appliance, this is your sign. Shop at Lowe's now to get up to 35% off and next-day delivery on hundreds of major appliances. A new appliance now means an easier to-do list later. Our best lineup is at Lowe's. Valid through 3/18 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. Order by 4 p.m. Available Monday through Saturday. Subject to availability. Fees, exclusions, and restrictions apply. See Lowes.com/appliance delivery for more details.
At NYU Langone Health, we know there really is no place like home. That's why we get our surgery patients home faster and have fewer readmissions than any other health system. That means once you're home, you won't need to go back for the same procedure. Instead, you can get back to the things you love. And the next time you need something else, we're here. Better health starts with a better health system. Learn more at nyulangonehealth.org.
It's March savings time at Nielsen Dodge. It's also tax return time, and we have a great money-saving idea. Show us what your tax return is, and we'll double it up to $1,500.
You can count on 0 down payment, super low lease payments, 0% financing is available.
Lease a new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee Altitude X 4x4, just $198 a month.
Match your tax return up to $1,500 on any new Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, or Ram.
Hundreds of vehicles in stock with big savings off MSRP. And of course, we always give you the credit help you need.
Find out what your tax return is before April 15th, and we'll double it up to $1,500. Max your tax only at Nielsen Dodge for a limited time.
On Route 10 in East Hanover, or shop online at nielsendodge.com.
Sun is in the driver's seat.
Declaration of Deal Sales Event.
With approval, term 27 months, due at sign $51.98, add tax tag $498 and DMV fees. For tax refund info, see dealer for details.
Hey, this is Tiki Barber. Those of us living in New Jersey got hit with a 20% electric rate increase. If your current heating system is over 15 years old, it's time for a new high-efficiency Carrier system. And there's only one company to call for a new one. My friends at Edison Heating and Cooling, New Jersey's heating experts for over 38 years. Older heating systems waste gas. So get your system checked now and save money with Edison Heating and Cooling. Contact them now at edisonhvac.com. That's edisonhvac.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
All new Dunkin' Zero, only 20 calories. Zero sugar, the all new revitalizing energy drink made with B vitamins, so you can actually feel good about it. Struggling to make it through the afternoon, wishing every meeting was an email? Sounds like it's time for Dunkin' Zero. It's the perfect pick-me-up without the spiral, and it comes in 6 delicious flavors like Suncest and Glamberry. Dunkin' Zero, only at Dunkin'. Dunkin' Zero drinks contain caffeine from caffeine and guarana. Beverages are fruit-flavored, contain 0% fruit juice. Participation may vary. Limited time offer.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-4094. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-4094. That's 800-575-4094.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Here are your latest snow conditions for the Central Mountains. Sponsor your job on Indeed. Get matched with quality candidates with Indeed-sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today. Wintry weather taking over at areas like Hunter, Windham, and Bel Air in the Catskills, Gore and Whiteface in the Adirondacks, Killington, Smuggler's Notch, and Stratton in Vermont. They'll all ski well-groomed snow on a fast, firm base on their big mountain cruising runs this weekend. Close to home, it's still a cool down, and that's good. When temperatures drop into the 20s overnight, the snow sets up, the groomers can make it nice and smooth and even. By the time the weekend rolls around, that snow can soften up for those afternoon runs still. And ski areas still have strong top-to-bottom coverage like Camelback on every trail and Mountain Creek on 2/3 of their terrain. We'll get another weekend on most trails at Mount Peter and Thunder Ridge in southern New York and Sundown, Southington, and Mohawk in Connecticut.
You don't just ski or ride, you dominate. At Killington, we fuel your adventure. Be the beast. Ski and ride Killington.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
No matter the season, New York sports never stop. Yankees, Mets, Giants, Jets. If it's happening, we're talking about it. The Fan, 101.9 FM and always streaming on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps.
So we got a doubleheader at the Garden tonight with St. John's Seton Hall at 5:30. Georgetown, who stings, against UConn at night, so you would think UConn is going to romp their way to the championship game tomorrow, and so we're either going to get UConn St. John's the rematch. Remember what UConn did to St. John's the last time they played. They assaulted them. Or Seton Hall is going to make this surprising push as they try to get to the NCAAs. And, of course, Sunday is Selection Sunday. Sunday will also hopefully be the United States playing in the semifinals because tonight they play Canada. If they win, and they are heavy favorites to win, they will either face the Dominican Republic or Korea. That's the other quarterfinal matchup. Now, what has been scrutinized over the last few days is Team USA's manager, Mark DeRosa, because he made those comments on MLB Network that they had already punched their ticket to the quarterfinals. He said that and then talked about trying to get guys off their feet. So Mark DeRosa was given a chance yesterday to kind of clarify, hey, can you walk us through what happened? Mark DeRosa decided to double down when asked the question about how he got it wrong.
Is there anything that you want to clarify about the timeline of when all the tiebreakers became clear to you?
Yeah, it's just an overly confident statement on hot stove, period, the end. And it's my fault.
It was not an overly confident statement. It was you saying, we've already punched our ticket to the quarterfinals.
It wasn't confidence, it was ignorance. You didn't know the rule or didn't know the process.
This is an interesting pivot. Like, I'm fascinated by this. His pivot is to say, no, what I meant was we're cocky.
Right.
Remind me what he said is the original foul. Wasn't it something about messing up the calculations? Didn't he already say that?
Well, you're talking about how he got out of it?
Yes, the first time. Doesn't it sound opposite of what he said the first time?
It is the opposite.
He did admit that he kind of just calculated it wrong.
Yeah, I was talking with my friends on hot stove, blah, blah, blah. Now he's kind of making it out to, I was just being really confident. Well, he's about to make things worse. You think that's bad? Here's him talking about the false narratives that are out there about what he said.
We went into that game prepared to win it. I think there's a couple false narratives out there, but no, I was well aware that we had to win that game based on all the scenarios that could take place. I mean, they went in 2-0, we went in 2-0. We knew they were playing Mexico the next day.
You did not go in 2-0, Mark.
No, you went in 3-0.
You went in 3-0. You're making things worse. Wow.
What is wrong with him?
I don't know.
Just stop talking about it.
Well, he was asked about it.
Okay,
so.
but just say wherever we're on to the final.
Yeah,
or on to the quarterfinal.
He went with the whole false narratives, fake news route.
He's making it worse because it makes it sound like he doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah, he is making it worse because it goes from that's not what I meant, even though when you hear it, that is what he meant, to now there's false narratives to I'm going to get something else wrong by saying we were 2-0. You were not 2-0. It's just, it's getting worse.
Right.
But the third thing he said that I pulled, I wanted to play for you because I think it's also an example of the uphill battle Team USA is in. As talented as they are, they're dealing with something that the Dominican Republic is not, that Japan is not, that Puerto Rico is not. And that's the guardrails that are coming with a lot of these players. Take a listen to what he said about this.
So I can understand the questions about lineup and pitching situations. We were up against, a lot of guardrails with regards to teams, the deployment of certain relievers, how many pitches they can use, whether they can go back out, whether they can clean up innings. And you're just trying to piece it together in real time.
That doesn't sound like any other team is dealing with that. That's what's so odd. And they're all major league players. Not that they're all major league players, but a lot of them are major league players. And it feels like these guardrails that are being placed on players like, hey, Clay Holmes, you got to come back, or Tarek Skubal's decision. It's all about the USA, and you don't hear it with any other team.
Well, you heard it briefly with Yamamoto. I think there was a moment where he was going to be called back by the Dodgers, but then the update was, no, he's going to stay. And so it hasn't been an issue for other teams, even though it potentially could have been an issue with other teams.
Now, much earlier in the show, if you rewind on the Odyssey app to a little after 11 a.m., we went into the WFAN archives to hear how WFAN reacted to when the USA won the WBC back in 2017. Boomer and Carton, Craig dismissed it, mocked it. Joe was very sarcastic about it. Mike was arguing that Puerto Rico is a part of the United States. That was the discourse. And in the Joe and I conversation, Joe was sarcastically saying, hey, this ensures Jim Leland is a Hall of Famer. Now, during that segment with Joe.
Already. Was he like serious or joking?
He was being sarcastic.
Okay, good.
Back in that discussion in 2017, I said to Joe, do you think it'll be on his Hall of Fame plaque? And I predicted that it would be, that it would say Jim Leland managed the 2017 World Baseball Classic team to a championship, and it's going to be on his plaque. And at about 11:15, we read off his plaque. It does not include the WBC. But I got something for you. Do you think Jim Leland talked about the World Baseball Classic in his Hall of Fame speech?
I mean, since you're bringing it up, obviously he did.
Ladies and gentlemen, the manager, which you probably didn't even realize, but the manager of the United States World Championship World Baseball Classic team from 2017, Jim Leland, getting emotional during his Hall of Fame speech.
In 2017, I got a call from Commissioner Manfred and Joe Torre asking if I would like to manage the 2017 United States team in the World Baseball Classic. Joe put together a tremendous group of players, and I added a special guy in Alan Trammell, Hall of Famer for the Tigers, to be my bench coach. And I never saw a group of guys get so close in such a short period of time. And we went on to win that World Baseball Classic for the United States.
Listen to him.
For the first and only time. One of my greatest memories.
How about that? Did you hear that?
Well, it means something to play for your country.
You're damn right it does.
That's interesting.
So even if it is...
It's such a daunting task for a manager because you have all of these different players from different teams who some of them may know each other because of reputation or maybe they're even teammates, but a lot of them don't.
Right.
And so to make them or get them all to come together and win that kind of tournament, it's kind of cool.
It is. By the way, if you're curious about who's managed these teams in the past, I will give you the answer. The first ever WBC back in 2006, where we did not do well, we finished in 8th place, was managed by the now retired enemy of the New York Yankees, Buck Martinez. That's right, Buck Martinez. In 2009, where we finished in 4th place, the manager...
Wait, what was that team? Do we know who that team was?
Yeah, it was the best players from the U.S. in 06, whoever that was.
Okay.
You want the roster?
I didn't know if it was like young kids.
No.
It was always been Major League.
Yeah, the WBC is a Major League Baseball event. It's just that we didn't do well. You know, and it happens. It's baseball.
Right.
In 2009, we were managed by Davey Johnson, the legendary Davey Johnson. In 2013, where we also didn't do well, we finished in 6th place. We were managed by Joe Torre. How about that? In 2017, obviously Jimmy Leland, where we won the World Championship. And in 2023, Mark DeRosa. DeRosa's done both. He's the only 2-time manager. How about that?
All right. He's trying to get into the real ranks of being a manager.
He's not going to.
Not after this.
Even if they win a championship, he has still been ruined by what happened. Now, we have somebody on hold, and it took him 4 days to call in. And I'm curious if he has any idea about what he was called out for, or if this guy is innocently calling in to just make a sports point. But earlier this week, this gentleman was given a virtual L for stealing an idea from a fellow listener of Evan and Tiki and then presenting it as his own to Craig Carton and Chris McMonagle. That person is Mario in Long Beach. Mario, do you know you've been given a virtual L?
Oh, no. I got to get one. I don't have one. I got to make one up. What is it for?
It is for the fact that you called up, and we have the audio. I don't know if Sean can find it right now, but we have the audio from earlier this week where you called up the Carton Show and presented Kendrick, who is a listener to our show, his idea about how the Jets should go after Daniel Jones to screw the Indianapolis Colts and never credited Kendrick or anybody. You presented it as your idea. So apologize.
Okay, I have a defense.
Go ahead.
I have a defense. How come I didn't? What if I didn't hear Kendrick say that?
You did, Mario.
No, I'm serious. I don't remember hearing anybody say that.
You are such a. In fact, you know what? Just keep it right here. I'm going to let you listen to
how would you know, Tiki, am I right? How would he know or anybody know if I heard Kendrick?
Well, the problem is, at Sean, the creation of the L is because Sean stole like the listeners or caller's idea.
Same defense,
and printed it on his own. And his defense was...
I'll take it, but I take it under duress.
By the way, Mario, you're right.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. He didn't hear Kendrick.
Mario, for your sake, and we'll let you make your point. Don't worry. For Mario's sake and for the audience's sake, here is his controversial phone call to the Carton Show in which he stole an idea from a listener of our program.
Can I give you one tremendous benefit?
No,
if they get him,
because there is no tremendous benefit.
There is no tremendous benefit.
Let me tell you what it is before you say there's no benefit.
Well, I already know.
Okay,
if they get him,
yeah.
If they get him, Indianapolis doesn't have a quarterback, and the Jets have Indianapolis' first round pick next year. So if they lose more games, the Jets get a better pick.
Daniel Jones isn't playing football till November of next year.
Right. Yeah, you kill it because Craig was misinformed by that.
Forget Craig killing it.
That's wrong too.
Of course it's wrong. But what about you? You listen to this station all the time. You're a great caller. I respect you. There's no way you didn't hear that.
Evan, I really didn't hear that. I wouldn't say that. Believe me, I didn't hear it. But anyway, maybe, listen, I'm not the only one that might have thought it.
It's not an original idea. I'm with you, Mario.
Yeah. It is an original idea.
Nope. I found out it is not.
Whose idea?
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Sean's got your back, Mario. Go ahead.
And make your point, then we'll debate this later. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you for bringing that up. That was that was very interesting. Now we were talking about Chamberlain and the 100 points.
Yeah.
Do you know how, by far, not even close, the greatest season of all time in the NBA?
Yeah, it's him.
Regular season.
Yeah.
And what did he do?
I think he averaged 50 a game, which is absurd.
Right. And you know how many rebounds he averaged a game?
Probably like 25 or something?
25. 50 and 25.
But Mario,
he was also a 7-footer when 7-footers didn't exist.
No, but you know what? That's not fair. There were other 7-footers. That's a misnomer that's put out there. There were other big men.
Who?
Bill Russell? I mean, he played against Bill
Russell. Was 6'9". Bill Russell was 6'9".
Yeah, it's almost 7 foot. We round up.
Almost.
No, it's not. It's not almost 7
I swear, honey, it's 8 inches.
Willis Reed. How tall was Willis Reed? He was big.
He was less.
All right.
He was 6'8".
Yeah, but Mario, here's my question besides that. Because even if you want to make that the argument, he's bigger than everybody else. What does that have to do with one specific game that was fraudulent?
Because it was easy for him to score that many points since he averaged 50 already. It's not like I was averaging 19.
No, Mario, I get that. Like, I get that.
Sorry, you were breaking up there, Mario. But he's right about that.
But no one's arguing that.
I know. They should. But we're not even talking about the point total. They don't even care. We're talking about the non-competitive nature of that game. Of Wilt's game.
Yes, there was fouling.
They weren't playing defense.
There was fouling on purpose, and it went on both ends.
Yes.
And so when the point is made, he could have scored 100 whenever he wanted. Why did it take such weirdness for it to happen?
Mm-hmm.
Like, no one's disputing that Wilt Chamberlain statistically is the biggest anomaly in NBA history. And you can call him the greatest of all time. Right. You really can, and I'm not even going to argue it. But that's not the point. It's a deflection. Like, talking about how great Wilt is a deflection from the idea that specific game in Hershey, Pennsylvania was as fraudulent as Bam's game. No one's saying Bam out of bios Wilt Chamberlain. Who the hell would say that?
Right.
Only a clown fraud would say that. I'm not saying that. But this is the problem with this Wilt debate. And Mike expressed it when we played those clips earlier, and even Mario is. People can't get past the greatness of Chamberlain to have an fair debate about just one game.
Yeah.
Like, Wilt's great. No one's questioning how many points a game he averaged. Like, Mario even bringing that up, it's like it's wallflower. It doesn't mean anything. Yeah, he's great. We know. He's fantastic. 50 a game. We talked about it with SGA breaking his record for most consecutive games of 20 points or more. We went through Wilt's numbers then. Like, the Big Dipper's amazing.
Right.
But the game was fraudulent. Like, those two things are true.
That is. They both could be true.
Exactly. We live in
Nobody's
a world.
knocking Wilt.
Exactly.
They're knocking the nature of that game.
Exactly. Chris in Bayshore. Hey, Chris.
Yeah, hey guys, how we doing?
Good.
Listen, about the DeRozan thing, I defended him a couple of days ago with you guys. I thought maybe there was some misinformation, but I think listening to his latest comments, I think he's got a future in politics. I think the guy is just. I think he absolutely needs to either be quiet and just get out there and start hitting some fungos because he is just lost. You can't.
This is the definition, Chris, and I think you're a great example of it because you're honest. You called up, you defended him a few days ago. He made the situation worse.
I'd love to fire his ass.
Because what he's saying now is taking people that defended him and saying, oh, my God, I can't defend this. What the hell is this guy talking about? Now, with that said, he wins 3 games. He can cry like Jim Leland. He would get to be a guy, one of the rare guys who managed us to a championship.
Right, and it would be a huge accomplishment for him because he's not been a manager in Major League Baseball.
Well, guess what? He's still never going to be a manager.
Can we go back to Mario for a second? Because he's been unfairly dragged on the show.
Why is that?
Because I found out after we did that with Mario, I got a text with a couple of my buddies where my one buddy was like, dude, we've been talking about this in Jetland for the last month.
Oh. About what? Going after Daniel Jones to screw the Colts?
And then I was sent the article, and I found out on February 13th, a man by the name of Jacob Infante, who works for the Pro Football Network, wrote this exact piece about why it makes sense and added in the elixir of it would damage the Colts. That was shared on various Colts and Jets Reddit threads and has been an online theory for a good month.
Hold on a second. So all that does is prove that Kendrick doesn't deserve the credit. Yeah. It proves that someone else deserves the credit.
But what it proves is what Mario's point, which is it's really not that original a thought.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been thinking
It's been out there for a while.
It's been out there for a while.
That's what Mario is saying.
That's what
He's probably right.
He may be right, but you got to learn to defend the shield. And Sean just threw the shield to the ground.
No, because it's true. Because I love Kendrick. Kendrick can't get a win every time. He's wrong.
You know what's funny? I sat here and basically said that Craig Carton needs to apologize for the Wink Martindale stuff. I was defending the shield.
Okay.
I was defending you.
But this has nothing to do with me, you, or Tiki.
It's the
Kendrick
show.
and
It's
Mario.
Kendrick on this show had an idea. It got ripped off by a caller.
Whoa.
And instead of just defending the shield, you're like, well, technically,
I
go
don't
down
like
the
that,
road.
Evan. Because Kendrick and Mario are both callers to the show. In fact, based on our shift, Mario calls way more than Kendrick now. So I'm defending our shift.
Mario called another show stealing Kendrick or Jacob Infante's idea. He gave nobody credit. It was like, I'm Mario.
Look,
I came up with this.
I don't pick favorite children. They're both good callers. You pick the favorite child. That ain't right.
All right, Tiki?
He's not wrong about that.
Oh, you agree with him?
I mean, he did.
Wow. Okay. I guess I have to take my
Kendrick's
L.
engaged and he can't even listen still.
That's true. Kendrick sent an email with this intricate idea of the Jets trying to ruin the Indianapolis Colts. It's not happening. You know who's going to ruin the Indianapolis Colts?
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones. He'll do all the work for us. That's what's going to happen. Idiots with Idioms coming up in just a few minutes. Plus, we'll get back to your calls at 888-808-1019, the toll-free number. Evan and Tiki till the Carton Show coming up at 2.
I know you've heard about Amazon Hub Delivery. Well, if you're a business in New York, Amazon Hub Delivery is looking for you to become an Amazon Hub partner. You and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area when it's convenient for you. And you get to hang out and meet some new people and tell them about your business while you help them get packages that they ordered. And by the way, for every package delivered, your business gets paid. Amazon Hub Delivery has no startup costs, no long-term contracts, and no delivery experience required. They're making it easy for you and your business to earn extra money and get great exposure. Sign up to learn more at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
I'm Pat Boyle, here to help you beat the books at Westwood One Sports. Clemson and #1 Duke square off tonight in Charlotte in the ACC semifinals, and I don't think it should be a surprise what happened to Duke last night. They survived a buzzer-beater game winner against Florida State as nearly 20-point favorites. They're missing their starting point guard Caleb Foster and their starting center Pat Ngongba, both with foot injuries and both uncertain for the big dance as well. Blue Devils should not be a double-digit favorite on a neutral court, in my opinion. I think Clemson wins the game outright. I'm Pat Boyle, bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play.
Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Hey, did you know Verizon Home Internet covers more homes with faster speeds across the country than any other provider? Now you can get award-winning Fios Internet for just $20 a month for 3 years. Switch today and enjoy savings you can count on. Verizon Home Internet consists of Fios and 5G Home. Availability varies. Comparison based on FCC BDS data of home internet providers with download speeds over 50 megabytes per second, June 2025. Limited time offer for eligible new customers. Fios $20 per month plan with auto pay, mobile phone plan, mobile plus home, and bonus discount. Enrollment required. 3-year price guarantee. Applies only to the then current base monthly rate for Fios. Additional terms may apply.
I'm Neil, founder of Clay Room. When I found ceramics, I realized my calling was to give others the space to be creative. So I set out to open my own studio. Having a Chase Ink card has allowed us to grow it and bring people together. Now we're molding a creative community.
With the Chase Ink Business Cash Card, you can earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for business. Make more what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Cards issued by J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Starter drops the Beasts of the Big East limited edition capsule, celebrating the grit, history, and legends of one of college basketball's most iconic conferences. Meet the starters all week long through March 14th at Macy's Herald Square on the corner of 7th and 34th Street. You can also shop the exclusive collection at Lid's 42nd Street location and starter.com. Don't miss out on your exclusive starter gear before it's sold out.
It's a fact. Town Fair Tire is the area's largest name brand discount tire dealer. It's a fact. Town Fair Tire sells Toyo tires for the guaranteed lowest price. Plus, Town Fair gives you more free services than any other tire dealer for the life of your Toyo tires. So, if you're looking for Toyo tires, nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody. And that, my friends, is a fact.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
We're here with attorney Mark Miner of the personal injury law firm of Zalman, Schnerman, and Miner. Mark, if someone's injured in an accident, what should they do?
It is always best to report the accident as soon as possible and gather all important information.
Now, is it important to call an experienced personal injury attorney?
Absolutely. The sooner you call, the better. If you call us for a free consultation at 1-800-LAW-LINE, we will be able to advise you of your rights. The sooner we get started on investigating what happened, the better. There are many reasons to act quickly. The failure to act may mean losing a chance for compensation.
So if someone's injured in an accident, when is the best time to call you?
If you are injured in an accident, you should call us right now at 1-800-LAW-LINE. There is no cost for a consultation and no fee unless there's a recovery. We are here to help you.
So if you're injured in an accident, call the experienced personal injury attorneys at Zalman, Schnerman, and Miner at 1-800-LAW-LINE. That number again, 1-800-LAW-LINE.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code FRESH to get an extra 35 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FRESH for a 35 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FRESH for a 35 cents per gallon bonus.
Hey Jersey, Powerball is up to $75 million. So whether you're in North or South Jersey or somewhere in between, you can pick up a ticket today at a local New Jersey lottery retailer.
All new Dunkin' Zero. Only 20 calories, zero sugar. The all new revitalizing energy drink made with B vitamins so you can actually feel good about it. Struggling to make it through the afternoon? Wishing every meeting was an email? Sounds like it's time for Dunkin' Zero. It's the perfect pick-me-up without the spiral. And it comes in 6 delicious flavors like Sun Zest and Glamberry. Dunkin' Zero. Zero, only at Dunkin'. Dunkin' Zero drinks contain caffeine from caffeine and guarana. Beverages are fruit-flavored, contain zero fruit juice. Participation may vary, limited time offer.
For 100 years, London Jewelers has been part of life's most meaningful moments. From engagements and anniversaries to milestones, big and small, they've helped mark the moments that matter most to their customers. Generations of families have trusted London Jewelers for exceptional craftsmanship, timeless design, and service that lasts a lifetime. As they celebrate a century of excellence, they thank you for being a part of their story, and they look forward to the moments still to come. They invite you to visit London Jewelers at any one of their 6 locations. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years of brilliance.
Why does it matter to members that Aetna was named a Best Medicare Advantage company by U.S. News & World Report? Because they chose a plan that gives them real support, real people, and real care. We show up on calls with members and doctors' offices when needed. We show up with access to convenient care options and coverage that fits everyday life. We don't show up for awards. We show up for you. And showing up for you is how healthier happens together.
Hey, this is Tiki Barber. Those of us living in New Jersey got hit with a 20% electric rate increase. If your current heating system is over 15 years old, it's time for a new high-efficiency Carrier system. And there's only one company to call for a new one. My friends at Edison Heating and Cooling, New Jersey's heating experts for over 38 years. Older heating systems waste gas. So get your system checked now and save money with Edison Heating and Cooling. Contact them now at edisonhvac.com. That's edisonhvac.com.
Spreadsheets, clunky software, 100 different logins just to run your business?
There's a better way. Odoo. One simple, connected platform that handles sales, inventory, accounting, and more, so you can focus on growing, not juggling. Make the switch today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
The smartest way to spend your money is not to. Straight Talk offers free 5G phones for new and existing customers on Verizon's 5G network. So the refund money I don't spend on that free phone is the refund money I get to keep for my family. Smart.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
Your official station to talk Yankees. The Fan, 101.9 FM and always live on the free Odyssey app. Download it today.
This Fan Focus is sponsored by Chef IQ, precision cooking, effortless results, chefiq.com. All eyes on the Johnnies in the Big East Tournament semifinal this evening. They'll play Seton Hall at 5:30, while Georgetown and UConn will follow them, with the 2 winners playing for the Big East title Saturday. The Knicks finish up their trip to Indiana tonight. They'll play at 7:30 versus the Pacers. And, of course, Team USA versus Team Canada in the all-important World Baseball Classic, where Team USA risks giving everything back that we earned in hockey just 2 weeks ago.
So the Knicks wrap up their road trip against the tanking Indiana Pacers.
John.
Yeah, very nice. Agrees with me on that. And then Sunday, they're back at the Garden against the Warriors. And it's unfortunate because Steph Curry comes to New York City twice, once in Brooklyn, once at the Garden. And it's an event. Steph Curry is must-watch TV. He's not going to play in the game. So I'm sure there are people that spend top dollar expecting to see Steph Curry, and they're not going to do it Sunday night. But the good news is you see the Knicks.
Are you going?
To Knicks Warriors on Sunday night?
No, Nets.
Well, the Nets aren't playing. The Nets already played the Warriors.
Oh, Knicks Warriors.
Am I going to Knicks Warriors?
Yeah.
No. Sold the crap out of that game.
So did you call the people you sold it to and tell them you're sorry?
I don't know the people I sold it to.
It sells them themselves.
Yeah.
The system resells.
It's a system that it's the Knicks run it, I think. Ticketmaster's resale market. I don't know who I sell it to.
So shouldn't you be sending to those seats like some free chicken fingers? Some of these people spent a lot of money and gave it to you to see Steph Curry.
Yeah, you might want to do that.
They made a bad decision. Well, they still get to see the Knicks.
Hey, can I buy you a beer?
Speaking of the Knicks, want to play a fun game? And there's no way you look this up because I have not heard anybody do this, so I'm going to be the one to do it. So Bam Adebayo took 43 free throws the other day?
Yes.
I'm such a bad guy. How many games back do you have to go to combine Mikal Bridges taking 43 free throws?
I'm going to say the beginning of the season, last year.
It's not that bad. How many games do you have to add up total free throws?
I'm going to guess going backwards.
Well, yeah. So, like, for example, how many games would it take?
I'm going to say 15.
15 games?
Yeah.
Okay. How many games would you have to add up going backwards to get Mikal Bridges to combine the amount of free throws that Bam Adebayo took in that historic game?
Because I know he was averaging less than one at some point this season, but I think it got a little bit better.
So you're going to go 15 games. Okay. How many for you, Sean?
11.
11. The answer is 44.
Gee.
Line dart.
And I'm going to show you my work.
Wow.
He has taken 0 free throws on this West Coast trip. 0. I'm not kidding you.
That's
0, 0, 0, 0. The last time he attempted a free throw was in the Oklahoma City game. He attempted 3.
Yeah.
The game before that, 2. The game before that, 0. Game before that, 0. Game before that, 6. Game before that, 0. Game before that, 0. Game before that, 0. And, of course, it keeps going. 3, 2, 3, 3, 5. You have to go all the way back to the middle of December to add up the amount of combined games for Mikal Bridges to match the 43 free throws that Bam Adebayo took in his historical game. Now, am I being a troll or am I just giving you an interesting fact?
That's trollish.
Well, why?
Because he's not the primary ball handler.
Right.
And so it's not like you expect him to get to the line at 4 or 5 times a game. I'm just telling you.
And you just heard Eric Spoelstra say he told Bam, you're our best player, go after.
Yes.
All right. Mikal Bridges has attempted 1.2 free throws per game, the lowest of his NBA career. Does that mean anything? Or is that still I'm trolling?
We've been talking about that for most of the year, actually.
Okay. I'm just saying.
Well, I guess, Evan, before you say whether it's trollish or not, the question would be, are you taking this from how absurd it was that Bam had that many free throws or how absurd it is that Mikal takes so little free throws?
The answer to that question is both. Okay. Like, it is absolutely absurd that Bam took that many free throws, and it's also absurd that Mikal Bridges has not attempted 1 free throw on this West Coast trip. And if you don't agree that that's absurd, then you're just in denial. So maybe I'm the wrong messenger, and I totally get that. Like,
what's his minute allocation in these last 4 games?
Well, he's averaging 33.6 minutes, which, believe it or not, and this is not surprising,
significantly down from where it was a year ago.
Significantly. He was averaging 37 last year, which was amongst his career high. So the minutes being down is certainly not a surprise considering Mike Brown. But to answer your question, his minutes on this West Coast trip have been down. 27 minutes in the Utah game, 26 minutes in the Clipper game, 27 minutes in the Laker game, 24 minutes in the Denver game, the OKC game where he attempted the 3 free throws. That's where he played 39 minutes. So absolutely his minutes are down, no doubt about it. But that's kind of crazy.
I just think he's not a creator. So he
doesn't want contact.
Well, he's also not a creator. It's not what he's being asked to do. And so I'm not fully defending him because he used to take up to almost 4 a game.
Yeah.
And so now it's significantly down. But he just also is not in that role in any capacity.
Yeah.
He's not the ball handler.
It's absolutely true. But it's also true that this is kind of nuts.
Oh, it is.
I mean, it's nuts for him to be attempting 1.2 free throws per game. That is a nuts thing, if you will. But yeah, so they play Indiana tonight. And they got Oklahoma, Golden State on Sunday night at Madison Square Garden as the Knicks finally return home. It's been a long road trip, and they're on their way back. Every Friday, right around this time, we like to check ourselves and everybody at this radio station with a segment called Idiots with Idioms. So, ladies and gentlemen, your week of March 6th edition of Idiots with Idioms.
Hey, you know what time it is? It's Idiots with Idioms. Idiots with Idioms. Idiots with Idioms. Idiots with Idioms. Laugh till you split your sides. Idiots with Idioms.
We give you a 5-month leadway.
Okay. Jesus Christ. One thing I've learned by listening to Idiots with Idioms over the last few weeks is that the guys after us are giving us a run for their money.
I don't know if anybody can compete with Steve Cohen.
October 9th, 2012. This is my favorite.
What? We know with the Titan room, Theo Epstein is, or Theo Epstein.
Theo Epstein.
I think we're pretty good.
It's about using cap space and absorbing that abhorrent contract.
Am I right about that? The Turkish prison. My
bad. That is the first little crack in the door of John Harbaugh.
Forget about it.
He could throw 103, and then I'm suddenly salivating at him.
Stumbles. I uncovered something last night that is still blowing my brains out. Like, I cannot get over this.
Suck it!
Can we stop the McLean worship? Not worship, worship. Wait a second. I guess I can't say the phrase right. Not worship like we're fighting a war. Worship like we worship you. There you go.
I have concepts of a plan.
Which is nonsense.
Verzgazrian and Howard Reynolds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that, Verskazari?
How did Matt Verskazari?
Yeah,
Ow. And they are able to turn Evan Neal into a starting, comparable, good, if not very good offensive lineman.
You bitch.
We had a Max Crosby deal go by the what do you call it? By the wayside.
Wayside. Oh, God.
Oh, jeez.
By the hayside?
He's fat! All the hoopla and the hard knocks and everything that surrounded Aaron. You went through the turnstile on that one. You did. We have no idea if that's history's going to repeat himself.
What?
And I've framed it. It's SPT.
SB.
What is it again?
PTSB.
PTSB.
Right. You're dead to me.
It could be a benefit to waiting, but sometimes the early worm does. The early bird gets the worm.
Yeah.
Nah.
Water in motion's in motion.
Okay. Is that the first law of inertia? What is that?
What? Besides our selfishness as fans.
Holy God!
He described Cam Scottaboo. He called him the human test dummy. Test drive dummy?
Yeah.
Human test drive dummy.
Clown.
No, I just remember it was 2 draft picks and Jabril Peckers.
Excuse me.
I'm out.
Mine's longer than yours.
Geno's actually a fresh of breath air in a weird way. And so
A fresh of breath air, Willie?
it's early. My mind is still spinning. I apologize.
Laugh till you split your sides. Idiots with idioms.
Oh, poor Willie Colon.
Yeah.
Didn't even know.
Willie headlined it.
Right.
Willie was the main event at the end. Yeah, it was quite a week of idioms.
Willie was good this week.
Willie was very good this week. Well, the best part of Willie Colon is, of course, if you missed it earlier in the show, he sided with Sean Morash over Craig Carton when it comes to the Jet news, and Woody Johnson either interfering or not interfering in the Wink Martindale non-hire. So that's going to make you feel good, Sean.
Yeah,
Of course it does.
He had a moment on the show where he said, I guess it was Jerry who said something, and I mean that in a nice way. And Willie stopped and looked at him and looked weirdly at it, and they didn't know what he was talking about. He's like, when I hear that, I think of something else. And I was laughing my ass off.
What are you thinking of? What's he thinking of?
You know, it's so funny. I heard that in real time, and I have no idea what they meant.
College Dropout. Let's just say that.
The album?
Yes.
Okay.
I have no idea.
You're going to have to listen to it because I can't repeat it.
Okay. Well, you have to listen to something. You were just caught saying something.
What was that?
You want to hear it?
Yeah.
So before, we were talking to Mario in Long Beach about the size of Will Chamberlain and how much bigger he was than everybody else.
See, y'all all missed it. Oh, I know what I said.
Oh, no, we didn't miss it. Here's
Nobody reacted to it.
Oh, we did miss it in real time.
We missed it in real time, but,
Exactly.
we have it now. We round up.
Almost.
No, it's not. It's not almost 7
I swear, honey, it's 8 inches.
Willis Reed. How tall was Willis Reed? He was big. Yeah, you're right. We missed it.
All missed it.
We were too busy arguing about something stupid. That's why. Too busy arguing about the size of guys in 1966.
Those 3 inches matter.
Yes, they do. Let's get to your calls, 888-808-1019. Jagger is in Manhattan. What's up, Jagger?
Hey, what's up, guys? How you guys doing today?
We're good,
man.
Listen, man, I'm getting a little upset with you guys. You guys keep talking down the WBC, man. Listen, I'm Dominican. This is come to Dykeman and you see the fandom with this. It's here, man. Everyone loves it. It's a big time, and listen, when we win, Evan, don't get upset when Soto's like, oh, what's more important, this or the World Series championship?
I'm not
because listen. This is like asking somebody whose children, who's your favorite child? Like,
Believe it or not, Jagger, I get it, and I've already tried to explain this to Met fans and Yankee fans who would troll. I think I said this either late last week or early this week, where I said, guys, do not be surprised and do not be alarmed when Juan Soto says that. And the way I try to get everybody ready for this is that there's a little bit of a hypocrisy, maybe too strong of a word, but there's an inconsistency with the way many view Team USA in hockey versus Team USA in baseball.
Yeah.
And I get it because the players aren't as into it.
Right.
But
it's also the history. Just the length of play.
I get you.
The number of times this has happened.
But Jack Hughes says, hey, winning this gold medal is better than a Stanley Cup. I think we'd all say, all right, I understand it.
Mm-hmm.
But if Juan Soto says it, it's going to be a controversy, and it shouldn't. I mean, he's playing for his country. And
he's also done both.
He has.
Jack Hughes has not.
No, you're right. You are right. And Julio Rodriguez said it the other day. He came out and was asked what would be more important, and he was blunt. He's like, hey, sorry, Mariner fans, sorry, Mariner guys,
Right.
it would be this. It would be the WBC. And I think we have to accept that. Now, as far as our interest in the World Baseball Classic, I'm going to watch it tonight, and I'm going to score it. So obviously, I have a level of interest that's pretty big.
Right.
What I've said, and I've heard Big Mac say the same, is that I'm not going to lose sleep if we lose.
And that's the difference. Just like
that's the difference.
Like if the U.S. had lost to Canada and in the Olympics or the Olympics.
Yeah.
We're not losing sleep over it.
No.
It'll suck and be like, Canada, they're doing what they do, but we're not crying about this.
But I do think our last caller in Jagger will lose sleep. He's really into the DR winning, and I understand that. And I hope that someday I do get to that point.
Yeah, that's because baseball means so much to the DR.
Well, now you're saying baseball doesn't mean a lot to me?
Of course it does.
I mean, you're accusing me of not caring about baseball.
It's like you said before. You also care a lot about football, maybe more so.
Well, I'm also wearing a USA shirt.
No, probably not you.
Do I care more about football?
Yeah, no, you don't.
Look, my teams are my children.
No, you care about the Mets more.
But then the Jets?
Yeah.
I don't know about that. They're children to me now.
Okay, when did you have season tickets first?
That's not fair. My dad had it.
Okay, but if he hadn't, would you have gotten them first, or would you have gotten Jets season tickets?
I don't know the answer to that. See, that's an unfair question because it was in my family. It was in my blood. My dad had the season ticket since 1976.
I'm not saying that it's not your fault. It could be your dad's fault that you like the Mets more.
No, but tickets don't. Here's the difference. See, because I can make this argument.
Trust me, you could have easily gotten tickets to the Jets.
No, but going to a football game is different than going to a baseball game.
It's probably easier.
Football's probably better to consume on TV than baseball is. Plus, watch this. Because I can make the argument the other way. And they're my children.
Right.
I'm not picking between Jet and Spence. When's the last time I missed an inning of a Met game? When's the last time I missed a quarter of a Jet game?
Ooh.
And the answer is the Jet game would probably go back much further than the Met game.
Up.
I haven't missed a quarter of a Jet game.
You walked around Disney and missed a Jet game live.
I DVR'd it, bro.
Doesn't matter.
But
Football,
Sean,
you can't DVR.
Sean.
Yeah.
Let's not change the argument. I DVR like every Met game. So
That's
again,
different, though.
No, now you're making this a DVR argument.
No, because it is.
No, it's
There's
not.
162 baseball games,
Right,
Evan.
right.
Of course it's different.
Right.
There's 17 football games. You're DVRing them.
Okay. My question back to Tiki was, when was the last time I missed a quarter of a Jet game versus an inning of a Met game?
Mm-hmm.
And the answer is, I missed an inning of a Met game probably at some point last year.
You're asking that question as in, when did you miss and not ever see it?
Correct.
Right.
Which, with DVR, I could see anything. So using tickets or even watching isn't fair. What it really is about emotion. And the reality is, with all due respect, just like I can't answer yours, no one can really answer what I care about more. That's only something I can answer.
How often do you watch a Met game on your phone?
How often?
It's harder.
Well, I don't think I watch.
It's harder.
I don't watch the Mets or the Jets on my phone. So let's next question.
Really? En route to a Met playoff game, where did you watch the Jets?
Oh, that was one example. That's true.
Yeah. When you're
That
putting
is one
something
example.
on your phone,
Easier to do it on your phone than watch football.
on the way to go to see the other team. It
When
shows your
I'm
priority.
racing to City Field and I'm late, I watch the game on my phone too. So there you go. So it's even.
Okay, all right.
These are weird arguments.
No,
Like the
we
point is, they're my children. Like this would be like, here's what's so effed up about this discussion. This would be like you saying, who'd you take to the arcade the other day? Was it Jet or Spence? Oh, you took Spence. Oh, okay.
Oh, yes, Evan. It's exactly the same
It
thing.
is the same. They're my children. The teams I root for are my children.
Right.
Unfortunately, the Islanders are like my stepchild, but the Jets, the Nets, and the Mets are my children. So it's tough to say what I care about more. Like, I care about all of them. Now, were the Mets the first team I started rooting for? Yes. The Jets were second, the Nets were third. But that's not fair to rank them that way.
No.
I don't think I would rank it
I
that
was
way.
just trying to get your idea. Which one is more important? If you had to pick and you could only have one season ticket.
I'm going to answer it this way.
Who would you have?
So I don't think that's the way to phrase it. Here's the way to phrase it. Can I help you?
Go ahead.
Which championship would mean more to you? I got 0 from all of them. Which one? And so do you think that's a fair question? Because I can try to answer it for you and explain this because I think you'll understand. Go ahead. Do you like the question?
It is an interesting question.
I've won nothing with either. So it's not like Sean where I got a few with the Giants. I got nothing.
All right.
It varies.
The ticket for the entry for the championship is ridiculous. So you can only go to one. They're all three in it. Which one do you go to?
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a better way to put it.
It's fluctuated. And the way I do this, because someone asked me this a few years ago.
By the way, for baseball and for basketball, it's Game 7.
No, I get you. Totally. Winner take all, blah, blah, blah. When this was asked of me a few years ago, it was the Nets because the
Nets.
I didn't even finish.
Okay, go ahead.
A few years ago, it was the Nets because they were the closest. And I knew this is our moment.
Right.
A couple of years ago with Aaron Rodgers, the answer was the Jets because I knew they're relatively close in theory.
Right.
We're the closest. Now, with the Nets and the Jets being as far away as they are, the answer is the Mets. So I think the way I've answered that with these 3 children that I have is who's the closest. Because where do I need it more?
I see how it is in the Roberts household.
Does that make sense?
You got an A today, Spence. You're my favorite. You got a B today, Jet. Oh, I really love you.
Now you could go to the arcade.
Exactly.
What are you doing? You're making me such like a bad guy. You're saying I'm that kind of father?
You're a fair weather father.
Come on. I love
Okay, I'll give you dollars. You got an A. Good job. Jet got a B minus. He's not getting nothing.
Sean, you wouldn't answer it that way, too, as a diehard fan of the Giants, Yankees, and Rangers, that the team that has the most pressure is probably the team that has the most pressure and is the closest, where that window is like, we're right there.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be your answer?
Well, because I think that's the one where you're most locked into every moment because you know
it's not
you
about
can't
being
look
locked
away.
in. It's about knowing this is my shot.
Well,
I knew with the Nets, boy, I got to win it here.
Well,
and look
Evan-
where they are now.
Yeah.
Same with the
And
Jets.
you're
I was right
You're
for
right.
that.
You're right about
it's
those
different.
last 2.
It's
I
different.
was spot on.
But did you feel that way about the Mets when they got to the NLCS? Did it feel like that? Or
In
was it-
24?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. They had to win. And that's why I said it to everybody. I said, don't take it for granted. I argued with Loogie, you never know if we'll be back. And what happened? They missed the playoffs the next year.
If you told me pick one team to win a championship, that's the only time you get it the rest of your life, I'm picking the Nets because it's the only team I've never seen. You haven't seen Eddie, so it's different.
It's different.
Yeah, and I'm not picking one for the rest of my life. I'm saying right now in this moment, who do I need the championship more from? It's always going to be the team that actually is the closest because, look,
Okay,
I was...
my question was,
yes,
they're all in it.
Yes.
All in Game 7, or in the Super Bowl. Which ticket are you buying? Hypothetically, they're all happening at the same time.
They have one magical year, and you're like...
Because you're spending like $5,000
or
more.
I have an answer.
All right.
It would have to be the Mets to be with my dad and my son, who enjoy the Mets more than anything else.
See? There you go. Like
my
I said,
oldest son. Spence is still figuring it out.
Like I said. Did I not say?
Yes.
8 minutes ago when we
got
started
there.
this conversation? It's the Mets.
but it's not the Mets. It's everybody. The Mets are my first love.
He
no
got
doubt.
there. You see how I manipulated him to my answer?
Your season ticket argument wasn't fair, though. I'm a season ticket holder with the Knicks. What the hell does that mean? I hate them more than anything. Anyhow, fun week. Thanks to everybody. Andrew Kaplan, Sean Morash, whoever did Monday. I guess it was Rosie. Carton Show's coming up next. If you missed any of this show, rewind it on the free Odyssey app. And we'll talk to you Monday at 10 a.m.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Kyler Murray signed a one-year deal with the Minnesota Vikings. J.J. McCarthy was selected with the 10th pick in the 2024 draft. The Vikings are not moving on, but they can't wait for McCarthy to develop.